Good evening, Mavericks and Prospects fans. Welcome to another Mavericks live stream here on July 7th at Athletic Park. Tonight we have the Western Division in Wimble leading 23-3 Medicine Mavericks against the Western Division 4th place team 12-17 Edmonton Prospects. Tonight is the second night of a back-to-back between the Mavericks and Prospects. Last night's game ended up being a 13-7 win for the Mavericks, their 13th win in a row. Alex Defoe picked up the win for the Mavs, with Scott Gillespie picking up the loss for the Prospects. Defoe pitched 5 2/3 innings for the Mavericks, giving up 6 hits and only 2 runs. David Vilches pitched an inning for the Mavericks in the 9th, giving up 1 hit and 1 run, unearned. Vilches had 2 strikeouts in his pitching debut. Mavericks have now won 13 games in a row. Their last loss came against the Edmonton Prospects on June 18th in Edmonton. Prospects, on the other hand, have lost 3 games in a row now. They've lost 3 nights in a row, twice to Lethbridge, 9-0 and 6-5, and then last night to the Mavericks, 13-7. Mavericks' all-time franchise record for wins in a row is 14. That came in 2013 when the team went 39-7. Mavericks have the chance to tie that Mavs record here tonight against the Prospects. Last night's ballgame, all batters in the lineup for the Mavericks got a hit. Reed Odlin, Colton Wright, Sal Rodriguez, and David Salguero all led the way with 3 hits each last night. Colton Wright hit a solo home run, his 5th home run of the season. Sal Rodriguez hit a solo shot, his 2nd of the year. And Reed Odlin hit his first career Wimble home run, a 3-run shot in the 5th. Carson Johnson extended his team lead in hits to 37 hits, followed by Louis Canjura, 32, Colton Wright and David Salguero both with 31. Louis Canjura also leads the team in RBI with 24, followed by Colton Wright and Zach Gray, both with 21. Carson Johnson leads the Mavericks with 33 runs. Salguero has 29, and Colton Wright has 27 in that category.
Check out the souvenir shop today. Get going with gifts. Just a reminder, fans, balls and bats can leave the playing field at any time. Be alert, pay attention to the game. If you catch a foul ball, you can keep it, or you can exchange it for $2 of Mavericks money. Good for concession and Mavericks souvenir clothing. Almost ready for our player to game.
Starting lineup for the visiting Edmonton Prospects. Batting first and playing second base, number 33, Tony Olson. And number 2 batter is number 6, Zane Takar, playing shortstop for the Prospects. Batting third, the third baseman, number 13, Michael Gahan. And batting fourth, the first baseman, number 27, Nick Spillman. In the 5th spot is number 38, Eric Crane, the left fielder. And DHing tonight in the 6th spot is Bo Gullibo, number 49. Batting 7th is the catcher for tonight, number 30, Anthony Casati. And in the 8th spot is number 34, AJ Nitschke, the center fielder. And in the number 9 spot is Percy Liu, the right fielder, number 17. And pitching for the Prospects is number 32, Rich Walker. And for the home team, the Medicine Mavericks, their starting lineup is started off with batting first, number 2, David Salguero, the center fielder. And in number 2 spot, the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. DHing tonight and batting third is number 25, Colton Wright. And batting fourth, back in the starting lineup, is the first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray. Batting 5th and 6th are Nolan Radai playing second base and Louis Canjura, who is playing third tonight. In the 7th spot is the left fielder, number 11, Julian Lee. And batting 8th, catching tonight, number 27, David Vilches. And in number 9 spot, the right fielder, number 18, Jackson Hoagie. And pitching on the mound tonight for the home team, number 19, Junpei Akanuma. Rich Walker has pitched in 7 appearances for the Prospects so far this season, 4 starts, 1 complete game. 29 1/3 innings pitched from the Prospects pitcher. He's given up 25 hits, 12 earned runs, and he struck out 18 batters in those 29 innings. Has a 2-2 record with 1 save, a 2.86 ERA. And for the Mavericks, they have one of their aces on the mound this evening. 5 games started already. Tonight's number 6 for Akanuma. in those 5 appearances. He's pitched 32 innings, only giving up 20 hits and 5 earned runs. 22 strikeouts in those 32 innings, a 4-1 record. He lost his first start against the Okotoks Dogs and has won 4 straight. His ERA is a remarkable 1.09, only giving up those 5 runs in 32 innings. Starting lineup and a national anthem will be occurring here right away at Athletic Park, with first pitch right after. Should only be a few minutes until we get underway. Here in Medicine Hat, the Mavericks taking on the Prospects. Mavericks first in the Western Division, 23-3. Prospects over the last 3 losses have fallen into 4th with a 12-17 record. Lethbridge bumps ahead of them. They're now sitting in 3rd with a 12-16 record. Mavericks looking for their 14th straight victory. That'll tie a franchise record. We'll see what they can do here tonight at Pack the Park night at Athletic Park. Should be lots of faces in the crowd cheering the Mavericks on. Mavericks currently in game 2 of a 4-game home set. Mavericks played last night against Edmonton, won 13-7. Take on Edmonton again tonight. Swift Current tomorrow afternoon, and Okotoks Dogs Monday evening at 7:05. 4-game set for the Mavericks here at home. To start off, to end off the first week of July. Remember, fans, if your screen ever becomes blurry or fuzzy, try changing the settings on your YouTube page, just in the bottom right-hand corner, to 720p HD. That usually tends to help and gets a clear HD picture from our live stream. Thanks for tuning in tonight and watching another Mavericks home game.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to tonight's WNBL game featuring the visiting Edmonton Prospects and your Medicine Hat Mavericks. Here's the starting lineup brought to you by Morrison Movement Therapy for the visiting Edmonton Prospects. Playing second base, leading off, number 33, Tony Olson. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Zane Takar. Playing third base, batting third, number 13, Michael Kahan. In the cleanup slot, the first baseman, number 27, Nick Spillman. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 38, Eric Crane. In the number 6 slot, designated hitter, number 49, Bo Gilbu. Behind the plate, catching, batting 7th, number 30, Anthony Casada. Batting 8th, the center fielder, number 34, A.J. Nipsky. And rounding out the batting order for the Edmonton Prospects, the right fielder, number 17, Percy Liu. On the mound for the Prospects tonight, number 32, Rich Walker. Head coach Ray Brown, assistants C.J. Scara and Lynn May.
Starting lineups now with National Anthem just after. First pitch is coming up in a few minutes. Stick with us.
And now the starting lineup for your 23-3 Medicine Hat Mavericks. Playing center field, number 2, David Salguero. Batting second, the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. And the number 3 spot, designated hitter, number 25, Colton Wright. Playing first base, batting fourth, number 31, Zach Gray. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura. Playing left field, batting seventh, number 11, Julian Lee. Behind home plate tonight, catching and batting eighth, number 27, David Vilches. And rounding out the batting order for the Mavericks, playing right field, number 18, Jackson Hoagie. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Mavericks, number 19, Jumpe Akanuma. The coaching staff for the Mavericks, head coach Andrew Murphy, assistants Philan Lentini and Kyle Swanek. Fans, at this time, if you could please rise, remove your hats, and join Yana in the singing of O Canada. Thank you very much, Deanna. Fans, I direct your attention to the pitcher's mound, and we welcome Torn Knights to throw out the first pitch on behalf of the Medicine Hat News.
All right, Mavericks and Prospects fans, thanks for tuning in tonight, July 7th at Athletic Park. We're about to get underway here.
Oh, what a throw there. Good job, Torrin.
Mavericks currently sit at 23-3 atop the Western Division and the Western Major Baseball League as well. Prospects currently 12-17. They're in fourth place in the division. They'll try to get a win here tonight and start tracking back towards 500. They've lost 3 in a row. Mavericks on a 13-game win streak. Top of the order for the Prospects, going to bat here in the top of the first. Second baseman, number 33, Tony Olson. Zane Takar, the shortstop, is batting. And in the 3 spot is Michael Gahan, the third baseman. The defense behind Junpei Akanuma. Behind home plate is number 27, David Vilches. At third base is number 4, Louis Canjura. Shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. Number 1, Nolan Ratai is standing out there on second. And playing first base tonight is number 31, Zach Gray. Julian Lee, number 11, is playing left field. Number 2, David Salguero takes his spot out there in center. And in right field tonight, number 18, Jackson Hoagie, usually plays out in left, is out there in right. Good versatility from the Mavericks outfielders this season. been rotating largely between Julian Lee, Jackson Hoagie, Michael Kahn, and Jordan Dre for the corner outfield spots. Good to have all 4 guys ready to go on a 4-game stretch that the Mavericks are currently on here at home. Last night's game between these two teams was a 13-7 win for the Mavericks. Mavericks got out to a 10-0 early lead after 5. Prospects started cutting into the lead, making it 10-2 before the Mavericks would get 2 more and make it 12-2. And in the 7th inning, Prospects would get 4 more to make it 12-6. Eventual score would end up being 13-7 for the Mavericks.
For the Edmonton Prospects, the second baseman, number 33, Tony Olson.
Tony Olson steps up to the plate here. Gets ready for his first meeting against Junpei Akanuma this season. Junpei with remarkable stats, only a 1.09 ERA after 5 starts on the season. A contender for pitcher of the year at the end of the season if he keeps those numbers up. First pitch of the game, it's in there. Called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tony Olson hitting .315 this season, 28 hits on the year, and 22 runs to his name.
Serenity float. Do you want me to make up something there for that hat?
2 straight called strikes, and the count at the plate is 0-2. Good pitcher's count for Akanuma to the leadoff batter. And the third pitch is down low. Akanuma can't get him out in 3. It's 1-2. Tony Olson tied for the team lead with 2 home runs. As he watches another one go by, that time inside and up high. Fourth pitch of the at-bat evens up the count, 2-2. And Olson's going to bloop this one into short right field. Jackson Hoagie charges after it, and he'll make the catch to get the first out of the game. Yesterday, Olson led off the game with a single tonight. He is out. He's 0 for 1 now.
Oh, hell yeah. He knows how to do it, right? What's the call on the attendance tonight, fellas?
Oh, it's going to be, I'm betting.
Coming up to the plate with 1 out, nobody on, the shortstop, Zane Takar.
11:48.
I'm going 13 something.
12:54.
Okay, 12:54, 11.
Takar hitting .226 with 19 hits on the year.
12:54. No, I'm just literally. No. I'm just.
And it's a 1-1 count at the plate.
25. That was a good year.
And the radar gun isn't working when I wanted to get this guy.
Third pitch is outside and too low.
14:04.
2 balls, 1 strike.
17.
And Takar's going to ground this one towards Carson Johnson.
14:04.
Johnson with the throw, and he gets him out at first. Good snag from Zach Gray there on first base. 2 up, 2 down from the Prospects here in the first inning.
They're still coming in. It's a very late arrival crowd here. You notice that?
Yes.
Like Okotoks, there's 2,500 people there by 6 o'clock.
First 2 batters of the game from the Prospects have been retired. Michael Gahan steps up to the plate. And the first pitch he sees is in there. Called strike, it's 0-1. Slider from Akanuma gets the bottom corner. Another called strike, and Akanuma gets ahead 0-2. Looking for his first strikeout wants to retire him 1-2-3 here in the first. And Gahan's going to fly this one into right field. Hoagie gets under it, and he'll make the catch. The first 3 batters are retired from the prospects. Good outing from Akanuma there in the first inning. 12 pitches thrown, 4 of them balls, 8 strikes.
People always think it gets back.
Based on what Greg sent in that email and text, maybe we could write out something.
Didn't take much work to get the top of the order gone there in the first inning.
His daughters work for us. They're outstanding. The guy's booking patios, and he's a great guy.
Rich Walker's been a arm that's been heavily used for the prospects this year. 29 1/3 innings pitched. 1 complete game, 4 starts, 7 appearances. 2.86 ERA. He has a 2-2 record with 1 save. A starter who can also come out of the bullpen. Good utility pitcher for the prospects.
People don't like hearing it if you're talking to that first.
First 3 batters they'll face here from the Mavericks lineup: David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright. Salguero and Colton Wright both had 3 hits in the game last night. Colton Wright with a solo home run. His 5th of the season. He leads the team in that category.
I tell you, it's been difficult this year. It's been harder for some reason, just with managing the kids and stuff. Hey? Well, yeah. That's fun. I'm trying to stay out of their hair. I'm just focusing on this winning streak because, you can't micromanage, right? You gotta trust your managers.
Salguero, 31 hits on the year, 29 runs, is 18 RBI, 15 stolen bases on the season so far. Had a good year at the plate with those 31 hits. He's tied for 3rd on the team in that category, tied with Colton Wright, who will also be coming up in this inning. He also has 31 hits, 27 runs. Leads the team with 5 home runs and 21 RBIs. Carson Johnson, the number 2 batter, leads the team with 37 hits. All 3 batters in the top of the order, over 30 hits on the year already. Only 26 games played so far this season. And none of those batters have played in every game so far. Impressive stuff from the top of the order from the Mavericks. Salguero up to the plate. And the first pitch from Rich Walker is in. And it's inside of the strike zone. 1-0 count. Defense for the prospects. Anthony Casardi behind the plate catching. On third base is Michael Gahan. Shortstop is Zane Takar. Sent out there on second base is Tony Olson. And playing first base tonight, Nick Spillman. Salguero swings through the second pitch. Makes it a 1-1 count. Playing left field for the prospects tonight, number 38, Eric Crane. Playing center field again for the second straight night, A.J. Nitschke. And starting tonight for the prospects out in right field, Percy Liu, number 17. Foul ball at the plate from Salguero makes it a 1-2 count. Rich Walker getting ahead in the count now. Looking for the first out of the inning. Another foul ball from Salguero. Keeps the count at 1-2. No hits from the prospects in the top of the first. See what the Mavericks can do here in the bottom. Salguero grounds this one in the gap between second and first base. And he's going to be on first with a leadoff single.
Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Little ground ball from Salguero there. Looked like he was almost going to go for second. Percy Liu had control of the ball and definitely would have gotten them out. Salguero saw that, retreated back to first, and leads off the bottom of the first with a single. Mezzanine now with a runner on board, nobody out. And Carson Johnson at the plate. He had an RBI yesterday in the first inning after Salguero singled and stole second. Carson singled and drove in Salguero to get an early 1-0 lead. Walker checks Salguero twice on first base. Salguero gets back in time both times. Third straight throw over to first base. Walker checking Salguero, making sure that he's not running off to second. Salguero keeps his large lead. They can keep checking him all he likes. You know he's still looking to go, and he will. Salguero still steals second after being checked on first 3 times. His 16th stolen base of the season. With that, the Mavericks get a runner in scoring position here in the first inning with nobody out. Same way they started yesterday. We'll see if Carson Johnson can drive him in again. Pitch at the plate was a ball, so the count is 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Carson Johnson. Nobody out and a runner in scoring position. Salguero is a danger up there on second. That one from Walker is pitched outside. It's a 2-0 count.
Hey, Brett, we're going with dirtiest car tonight, right? Dirtiest car?
Johnson gets ready for the third pitch.
Yeah, dirtiest car. Yeah.
And it's in there. Called strike. Count is 2-1 as that pitch has hit the outside half of the strike zone.
14-04.
No, I wrote it.
Garth
down.
counts
I can't
2-1.
change
That
it.
was a strike.
Hey, once it's on paper, you can't change it. What is this? 3-1? Is it 3-1?
2-1.
2-1.
2-1's the count at the plate. Good pitch from Walker on the last one to find the outer half. Can't find a spot on the fourth pitch. Runs outside. It's a 3-1 count now. We'll see what happens here on the fifth pitch if Johnson will watch go by. He's going to hit this one in the left center gap. Salguero is coming around and he'll score. Johnson with a stand-up double, and it's 1-0 for the Mavericks here in the first. Good piece of hitting from Johnson that time. Gets his second straight game where he gets an RBI in the first inning.
For the Mavericks, our promo team showing out those 20/20 vision balls.
First 2 batters for the Mavericks both get hits. Salguero with a single and a stolen base, and Carson Johnson with a double right after. Makes this game 1-0. Colton Wright, the designated hitter, steps up to the plate for the first time. Watches the first pitch go by for a strike. That one on the inside corner. Inside corner strike from Rich Walker makes it an 0-1 count. Mavericks currently lead 1-0. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And Wright's going to hit a line drive into right center. That one's going to go up to the warning track. Hits at the wall. Johnson scores. And we have 2 straight doubles from the 2-3 hitters of the Mavericks. 2-0 for the Mavericks.
Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray. Leading on the mound already.
So the 1, 2, 3 hitters all get aboard for the Mavericks. One single, 2 doubles from the top of the order. Strong start from the MHMavericks, looking for their 14th straight win. They want to tie that Mavericks record. Mound meeting it for the prospects early in this one. Sort out the starting pitcher's head. And looks like he's now ready to go up against Zach Gray. Zach Gray, the first baseman, steps up to the plate with 1 runner on and nobody out. Gray's been an offensive dynamo for the Mavericks so far this season. 27 hits, 20 runs, 2 home runs, and 21 RBI on the season. He joined late, and he's just been flying at the plate for the Mavericks. Oh, and 1's the count. Gray watches the first one go by. And a foul off the second pitch. Down towards the prospect's dugout. Makes the count at the plate, 0-2. Rich Walker still looking for the first out of the inning from the Mavericks.
Yeah, I've never seen it that lopsided. That's old school. That's how it used to be in the old days. These are the Patrick Park folks. They're smart. They haven't been here for a while.
0-2 is the count, and here's the pitch. Gray fouls off another one down towards the prospect's dugout. Stays alive and keeps the count 0-2. 3 hits already in the game from the Mavericks batters. 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Zach Gray looking to extend that Mavericks hitting streak. At the plate as he watches one go by. That one down low in the dirt. Good eye from him. It's a 1-2 count. Difficult to watch him go by as you're on 2 strikes. That one was a little bit easier. Almost caught the dirt. It was beneath the strike zone, 1-2. And Gray is going to hit this one hard towards Tony Olson at second. Olson makes the throw. Nick Spillman has to jump up and grab. Reach for it. Makes the play, and Zach Gray is going to be out. Colton Wright advances to third on the ground out. Runner on third now for the Mavericks with 1 out. Now batting with 1 on and 1 out, number 1, Nolan Radeye. Called strike at the plate. Second baseman has 26 hits and 21 runs this season for the Mavericks. He'll look to add to his RBI total here with Colton Wright on third. Anything in the outfield, caught or not, will likely do it. Mavericks with a hot start here in the first, already up 2-0. Radeye grounds this one towards Zane Takara at shortstop. Dakar will make the throw at first, and there's now 2 outs from the Mavericks here in the first inning. Wright stays at third base. Can't move anywhere on the 6-3 out.
Baseman number 4, Louis Canjura.
Now batting for the Mavericks, the number 6 batter here in the first inning, number 4, Louis Canjura. Canjura steps up to the plate, leading the Mavericks in RBI with 24 on the season. Steps up to the plate with 2 outs and 1 on. Golden Wright on third base. First pitch from Rich Walker is too high. Can't find a strike zone. It's a 1-0 count. Third baseman for the Mavericks is hitting .290 this season. Off-speed pitch from Walker is a good one. He finds a spot on the outside corner. Called strike, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. At the plate to Louis Canjura. And that one from Walker well inside. Got away from him just a little. Almost caught Canjura. Makes a count, 2-1. And Louis swings through the Rich Walker offering. Walker now evens up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first. Rich Walker looking to get out of the inning, only allowing 2 runs to come aboard. He'll fill the count though here as the 5th pitch is down low and outside. 3-2 is the count. Louis trying to extend the first inning.
Yeah, I plugged that already. I'll plug it again.
6th pitch, and Louis fouls it off. Fights it off and stays up there. Count still 3-2 to Canjura, the number 6 batter in the lineup for the Mavericks. And the slider is going to get Canjura to weakly ground out to Tony Olson. Good play from the prospect second baseman. It's a 4-3 out, and that ends the first. We're through 1 here at Athletic Park. Mavericks lead the Prospects 2-0. Prospects with 0 hits in the first. Mavericks with 3, a single from Salguero, and 2 doubles from Carson Johnson and Colton Wright. 6 batters came up to the plate in the first for the Mavericks. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the second for the Prospects.
For their new Super Twilight Ring. Come on out to Desert Blue and Golf Course.
Batting for the Prospects here in the second will be Nick Spillman, Eric Crane, and Bo Gullibo. First baseman, left fielder, and designated hitter.
Read about it daily in the Medicine Hat News.
In the first inning, Junpei Akanuma gave up no hits, walked no batter, so no runs came around, no strikeouts for the Japanese pitcher.
So you don't miss any of the action. Beer down there by the Edmonton Prospects dugout.
I only need
Nice and cold for you. Plus souvenir shop. Check it out. Got some cool things there as well. Tank tops, hats. They got it. Keep you cool. Try it out. Souvenir Shack. Starting off for the Edmonton Prospects, it's the 4, 5, 6 hitters. The first baseman, number 27, Nick Spillman.
Starting off the top of the second, first baseman for the Prospects, Nick Spillman, had a few hits last night against the Mavericks, and he'll swing on the first pitch from Akanuma. Canjura is going to grab that one and throw over to first. Gets the out. First pitch swinging. Spillman gets good contact on the ball, but can't get it past the third baseman.
Eric Crane, if he strikes out at this at bat.
And there's one gone here in the top of the second.
Bunch of blinds, beer batter. Styling service for everybody. I always said an hour, did I? Did I say
That was the big implementation this season. Crazy.
Eric Crane steps up to the plate. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. It's an 0-1 count.
She wouldn't be blocking there either. Yeah, maybe that's where we should move.
Crane's only appeared in 11 games so far this season. Has 11 hits. So he averages a hit per game.
We're trying to push people over that to that side, right? Because everything's congested over there.
0-2 is the count at the plate. Akanuma gets ahead early, looking for his first strikeout of the night. Can't get it there. Crane fouls it off.
To be able to watch the game while you're waiting for your beer is just a game changer. That lineup back there is frustrating for kids.
One out already in the top of the second. And Akanuma throws one up high. Makes the count 1-2. That one was close to the strike zone. It looked almost good. Too high. Counts 1-2. But he gets him on the fourth pitch. Akanuma with his first strikeout of the game. Eric Crane goes down looking.
2 outs for the Prospects.
2 outs now here in the top of the second.
49 Gilboon. That's right.
Are they in town? They come to the lodge there. The lodge is good. They send out things to them.
Third batter of the inning is Bo Gullibo. And he's going to slap one towards the shortstop, Carson Johnson, who makes a grab. Can't get the throw over to first. Bo Gullibo runs it out. And he's on with a single. Good placement on a hit. Made Johnson really run for it, and it was a difficult throw all the way over to first. The designated hitter is now 1 for 1 on a day, gets the first hit of the night for the Prospects. 1 on and 2 outs for the Prospects now. As Anthony Casati, catching tonight, steps up to the plate. Casati played third base last night for the Prospects, and Bo Gullibo was behind the plate. Gullibo is DHing tonight, so Casati gets the squat behind the mound. And watches the first pitch go by. Down low and a wide. It's a 1-0 count.
But it was still pretty clean. Yeah, we could swap it that way. I'll just swap it as clean as
Casati laces this one hard into right center. That one's going to be over the fence and gone. It's a 2-run home run from the Prospects catcher. And the score is now 2-2 here in the second inning.
Okay, say it again. Okay, hang on. You gotta send it to me because I can't hear anything up here. Just send it to me.
That one just squeaked over the wall in right center. Just kept carrying here at Athletic Park. Nice hit from Anthony Casati. That's his first home run of the season. 18 RBIs on the year now. Congratulations to him on his first home run here in 2018. 2-2 is the score here in the second inning. As AJ Nitschke slaps one between the first and second baseman, Rada and Gray. And it's now 3 straight hits from the prospects.
Our right fielder, number 17, Percy Lou.
Nitschke gets aboard with a single. 2 outs and 1 on now. Akanuma looking for that 3rd out of the inning. As the number 9 hitter, Percy Lou, steps up to the plate. Lou's had an excellent year at the plate. 30 hits. And 24 times he's come around to score.
There you go.
First pitch from Akanuma just catches the inside corner. Good pitch from the Mavericks starter. It's a 0-1 count. Nitschke on first base, the center fielder for the prospects. Right fielder Percy Lou batting. Akanuma throws an offering that's too high of the strike zone. Lou watches it go by. It's a 1-1 count. Foul ball from Percy Lou.
Balls about to leave the playing field at any time. Be alert, pay attention.
1-2 count.
Get a foul ball. Keep it or take it into the Mavericks office. Where's the Mavericks?
Mavericks looking to get out of the top of the second here. Here's the pitch. And Lou is going to ground this one right up the middle. That one's going to be into center field. And he'll be on with a base hit. Throw to second to Nitschke is not in time. Nitschke is safe on second. 4 straight hits from the 679 hitters of the prospects. They now have 2 on with 2 outs here in the second. Quick mound meeting for the Mavericks as Vilches and Kyle Swanek step up to talk to Akanuma.
Congratulations, you got the cleanest car in the parking lot today, and we would like to gift you with a courtesy car wash care of Clean Machine, the official car wash of the Mavericks. To claim your prize, let's go to the ticket office. Over the plates, Gardor. Congratulations.
Stepping up to the plate for the second time this game, the second baseman, number 33, Tony Olson. Olson's 0 for 1 on the night. He flew out to right fielder Jackson Hoagie in the first inning. Steps up to the plate with 2 runners on, 1 runner in scoring position for the prospects. He'll want to bring him around and get an early lead for Edmonton here in the second. Current score is 2-2. After a 2-run home run from Anthony Casati. First pitch of the at-bat, Tony Olson swings right through. Can't keep up with Akanuma's pitch, and it's 0-1. And the second pitch gets away from Akanuma. That one's going to hit Olson right in the shoulder. Olson's hit by a pitch, and that loads the bases for the prospects. Good opportunity for them to bring a couple runs around.
The shortstop, number 6.
And take a good lead here in the second. Mavericks got 2 runs in the first. 2-run shot from Casati tied it up here in the second, and now the prospects have the bases loaded. Zane Takar, the shortstop, batting now for the prospects with 2 outs and 3 on. Akanuma is allowed the last 5 batters. They all get on base. Looking for the 3rd out of the inning here against the Car. Two-0 count. Akanuma can't find the strike zone here. Zane Takar watches the first 2 pitches go by. Good decision, both balls. 4 hits already for the Prospects through 2 innings. And Akanuma throws one down low, can't find the strike zone again. Still no strikes in the at-bat, it's a 3-0 count. Takar looking for the RBI walk to take the lead for the Prospects. 4th pitch is in there, outside corner, called strike at the plate. Makes it 3-1. Akanuma not going to make it easy for Takar at the plate. Defense is ready, and it's a foul ball from Takar. That fills the count. It's 3-2. Anything can happen on the next pitch now. Prospects looking for that 3rd run. Akanuma trying to get out of the inning, still tied. Good start to the game here at Athletic Park. Plenty of offense from both teams. And Takar is going to be hit in the back on the 6th pitch of the at-bat. The hit by pitch brings in a run. AJ Nitschke comes around to score. Makes the score 3-2. For the away team, Prospects lead.
The 3rd baseman, number 13, Michael Kahan.
RBI goes to Takar. That one's going to hurt, but it gets a good reward for him. 3-2, Prospects lead. 2 outs and the bases loaded still here in a second. As Michael Gahan's going to ground one up the middle. This one Salguero has trouble with, and 2 runs are going to come around to score. That extends the lead 5-2. A 2 RBI single for the 3rd baseman, Michael Gahan. Prospects lead here in a second.
27, the 1st baseman, Nick Spillman.
Good inning from the Prospects, getting all 5 runs in the 2nd inning. Nick Spillman comes up to the plate for the 2nd time here this inning. He led off. He grounded out to Louis Canjura on 3rd base. Akanuma retired the first 2 batters in the 2nd inning, but has allowed the last 7 to all get on base. Spillman flies this one into right center. Jackson Hoagie looks like he's under it. He'll make the grab in the top of the 2nd, now over. Edmonton with 5 hits and 5 runs around. They take an early lead. It's a pretty large one, 5-2. Mavericks have come back from behind before. The first 3 games of July, all walk-off wins come from behind. They've been here before. We'll see what they can do tonight. Looking for their 14th straight win. That would tie a Mavericks record. Rich Walker comes out for the 2nd inning. After giving up 3 hits and 2 runs in the first, he comes out in a good position, up 3 runs in the bottom of the 2nd.
We'd also like to thank Source One Realty for sponsoring the patio for the entire season. And we also have the Medicine Brew Company dugout deck.
Batters he'll face in the 2nd is the bottom of the order 7, 8, 9 hitters from the Mavericks. Julian Lee, David Vilches, and Jackson Hoagie. Hoagie and Vilches both getting starts tonight. Vilches pitched the 9th inning last night against the Prospects. 5 hits for the Prospects, 3 so far for the Mavericks.
Hey, starting off.
5-2 Prospects lead.
The left fielder, number 11, Julian Lee.
Bottom of the second here in, Julian Lee leads off. 7, 8, 9 hitters, Lee, Vilchez, and Hoagie. First pitch is in, and it's a called strike. 0-1's the count. Julian Lee watches it go by.
No, let's split it, buddy.
Second pitch from Walker is inside. Can't find the strike zone on that one. It's 1-1. Mavericks have a mountain to climb as they gave up 5 runs in the top of the second.
No, he didn't swing at that, did he?
Currently losing by 3. It's 5-2. Rich Walker with the pitch, and Lee hits this one high and deep to right. This one is going. It's at the wall, and Percy Liu makes an incredible catch as he runs straight into the wall and hits it hard. Good catch from the Edmonton Prospects right fielder. On the warning track, slammed hard into the Pepsi sign in the corner right field.
27, David Vilchez.
Very close from Julian Lee there, looking for his first home run of the season. It looked like it was going to carry. Liu tracked it all the way to the warning track and made a phenomenal play to get the first out of the second inning. First time we've seen an outfielder slam into the wall like that at Athletic Park this season. David Vilchez is at the plate, second batter of the inning. And he's going to hit this one hard towards the shortstop, Zane Takar. And Takar is going to make the leaping grab out of the air. Good play from the Prospect shortstop. And there's still nobody on for the Mavericks in a second. 2 fantastic defensive plays from Liu and Takar to keep the Mavericks off the base pass. Jackson Hoagie at the plate, the number 9 hitter for the Mavericks. Steps up to the plate, hitting .296 this season. 2 outs and nobody on. And Hoagie's going to hit this one high towards A.J. Nitschke in center field. And Nitschke gets the third out of the inning. Mavericks go in order. 2 complete innings now here at Athletic Park. Prospects still lead 5-2. Prospects with 5 hits this game. And the Mavericks with 3 so far on tonight. Akanuma comes out for the third inning after a tough second. In the second, he gave up 5 hits and hit 2 Prospects batters.
The U16 girls softball
After retiring the first inning, 1-2-3.
Provincials, July 13th, 14th, and 15th. Let's hear it for our Mesnat Thunder softball girls team. Thank you, Provincials.
Akanuma will go up against the 5, 6, 7 hitters from the Prospects here in the third. Eric Crane, Bo Gullibo, and Anthony Casardi. Crane struck out in the second inning, and then Gullibo started the hit parade from the Prospects, as well as Anthony Casardi, who got the 2-run home run for the Prospects. Drove in Gullibo from first base.
right below it. That's pretty much
Number 38, Eric Crane, steps up to the plate for the second time.
beer batter, Eric Crane.
He struck out once. We'll see what Akanuma can do again here. But Crane's going to hit this one hard and deep right center. That one's going to be off the wall. And Eric Crane's going to have a stand-up double on the first pitch of the third inning.
Designated hitter now, 49.
Nice at-bat from Eric Crane after striking out his first at-bat. Leadoff batter for the Prospects hits a double. And there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the third. Prospects in another good position to possibly bring a runner around and score in 2 straight innings. Bo Gullibo at the plate, 1 for 1 on the day and scored. He singled in the second. First pitch is a called strike at the plate from Akanuma. Catches the inside corner. Gullibo is now down 0-1. But his designated hitter is going to lace this one hard into right field. They're telling the base runner to come around, and he's going to be in there. Gullibo with an RBI single. The score is now 6-2 for the Prospects.
I didn't say anything about the street. You know what Jake said?
2 for 2 on a day is a designated hitter doing his job tonight. All he has to do is step up to the plate and hit. And stepping up to the plate, Anthony Casati, the catcher. In the second inning, he hit his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot to right center. Just got over the wall. He'll likely be looking for number 2 here. But we'll see what he can do. It's an 0-1 count. Akanuma gets ahead on the first pitch strike. Slider from Akanuma catches the outer half. Good pitch from the Japanese starter. Called strike again. It's 0-2. Lots of break on the slider from Akanuma tonight. He's picking his corners. Casati fouls that one off. That one right field, foul territory behind the batting cages. Keeps the count 0-2. The one yelling loud like that? Oh, yeah. Casati fouls another one off. This one down to third base line. Keeps the count 0-2. Oh-2 count at the plate. And that pitch is up high. Akanuma not able to find the strike zone. Can't get the strikeout, and it's 1-2. Still looking for the first out of the third. 1 run's already come around to score for the Prospects. And another foul ball from Casati. That one into the Mavericks dugout. 6-2 is the score. Prospects lead. 7 hits already on the night for the Prospects. And we're still in the third inning. Bo Gullibo on first base for the Prospects. 1 runner on and nobody out. And Casati's going to ground this one towards Louis Canjeri. He gets the out at second. And Casati's going to be safe on first. They get the 4th out at second. 1 out and 1 runner still on.
The center fielder, number 34, AJ Nitschke.
Casati gets on with the fielder's choice.
They just got the one.
And there's now 1 out from the prospects here in the top of the third. Stepping up to the plate now with 1 gone and 1 on. AJ Nitschke, who's 1 for 1 on a day, he singled and scored in the second inning. He'll be looking to go 2 for 2 here in the third and get a hit in 2 straight innings. First pitch is outside. Down low, Vilches reaches for it. Makes it a 1-0 count. Another one for Makanuma. Can't find a strike zone. That one just a little low. Vilches has to block it. It's a 2-0 count. Foul ball from Nitschke. First strike of the at-bat. Makes the count 2-1. Akanuma trying to battle and get back in there. Checks the runner on first. Anthony Casati gets back in there. Still only 1 out here in the third inning. And Nitschke is going to lift this one high and deep into center. High and deep and gone. That one over the wall has to be at least 395 feet, if not 400. And the score is now 8-2 for the prospects. A 2-run home run for AJ Nitschke. That one straight away center.
That's it.
And was deep from Nitschke. Makes this game 8-2. Mavericks now down 6 runs as Akanuma is pulled. Junior Pimentel will come in relief here in the third.
Hey folks, don't forget we have the cold beer tubs down the first base line for your convenience. The third inning brought to you by Curry Sprinter, the official shuttle.
Junior Pimentel comes in here in the top of the third. Akanuma pitched 2 1/3, giving up 8 runs on 8 hits and 1 strikeout. 8 hits allowed and 8 runs have come around. Prospects lead 8-2 here in the third inning. Stat line for Pimentel this season, he's appeared in 7 games. This will be his 8th appearance out of the bullpen for the Mavericks. Through 7, he's pitched 14 1/3 innings, averaging just over 2 innings per relief appearance. 9 hits given up, 9 runs allowed, 5 of them earned. He's walked 6 batters and struck out 14 in those 14 innings. 1 win on the season, no losses, and 1 save to his name. 2.44 ERA. He's been a good pitcher out of the bullpen for the Mavericks so far this season. The big man from the Dominican Republic. Pimentel comes in, currently down 6 runs. He wants to keep it that way. Doesn't want to let the prospects get ahead any further from the Mavericks. With 1 out in the third, Pimentel is going to have to go through the 9 1 hitters for sure. Percy Liu, who's 1 for 1 on a day, and Tony Olson, who's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch as well.
The right fielder, number 17, Percy Liu.
Percy Liu singled and scored in the second inning. Comes up with one gone and nobody on. First pitch from Pimentel is in there for a strike. Count at the plate is 0-1.
Heads up, foul, first baseline.
Foul ball that time from Percy Lou. Makes the count 0-2.
I'll come up and get your order and then I'll come back down and bring it up for you. Look at your knee or
Lou with another foul ball. That was one grounded down the third base line. Louis Canjura goes and collects. And the count is still 0-2.
Greg, did you want anything while I'm up here? All right.
Here comes the fourth pitch of the at-bat. And it's a strike. Strikeout for Junior Pimentel. Percy Lou goes down looking. Took one batter for Pimentel to get his first strikeout of the night.
I can get to the water now.
Coming up to the plate, 0 for 1 on a day. Tony Olson, the leadoff hitter for the Prospects. Second baseman was hit by a pitch and later scored in the second inning. Comes up for the third time, looking for his first hit of the night. 3 at-bats already, only in the top of the third. Prospects have been batting around here this game at Athletic Park. Not often the home team pitchers have allowed the away team to do that here this season in 2018. Olson swings right through to Pimentel off-speed offering. Olson got over top of that one. The pitch was down low from Pimentel. Good placement on the pitch. Fooled Olson. 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Your girlfriend's busy, Dawson. Fiance.
Olson lifts this one high into center field. Salguero's under it and makes the out. Top of the third is over. Edmonton gets 3 more hits and 3 more runs to come around. 8-2 is the lead going into the bottom of the third.
Bottom of the third inning. The third inning brought to you by Safety Net, helping you help others, providing first aid training. That supplies Safety Net.
Rich Walker steps back onto the mound for the bottom of the third. Through 2, he's given up 3 hits and 2 runs on no strikeouts or walks. Gave up those 3 hits and 2 runs in the first inning and got him out 1, 2, 3 in the second. The bottom of the order. So it'll be the top of the order here in the bottom of the third. Salguero, Johnson, and Wright so far have the 3 hits of the evening for the Mavericks. Salguero with a single, Carson Johnson and Colton Wright both with doubles. See what they can do here in the third and see if they can turn the tide in this game, get it back into the Mavericks' favor. Currently down 6 runs. It's not going to be easy for the Mavericks. Good start from the Prospects. Have the Mavericks on their toes.
It's the top of the order for the Mavericks in the bottom of the third. Leading off the center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
1 for 1 on a day. He singled and scored in the first. Leading off the bottom of the third, it'll be number 2, David Salguero. Salguero singled and stole second, as he usually does. Later came around to score on the Carson Johnson RBI double.
Do you need any more up there?
Nope, that's a group effort. Thank you.
First pitch, Salguero fouls off.
Dawson says hi, by the way.
Count is 0-1. Did you say she? Did you see she did not care at all?
Obviously, you didn't do the dishes.
1-1 is the count to Salguero.
He said, how can you leave those dirty dishes in the sink like that? Oh no, he's on the air. You gotta give him a hard time every once in a while.
Third pitch from Walker is down low. Can't find a strike zone. It's 2-1. Salguero watching a few go by. See, it's this one into right field. It's going to find some grass. Salguero is going to be on with a leadoff single. 2 for 2 now. Couple good days at the plate. For Salguero, he had 3 hits last night.
For the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Salguero went 3 for 5 last night. Starts the game here on Saturday, 2 for 2. He's on fire at the plate. See if his speed can come around the bases and score another run for the Mavericks. One on and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Carson Johnson at the plate. He had an RBI double and later scored in the first inning. One of the 2 runs for the Mavericks to come around. Salguero was thinking about taking off, but Johnson was hit by a pitch, so it doesn't matter.
Johnson hit by a pitch. Gets him to first.
Johnson hit by the pitch on the first one from Rich Walker.
Colton Wright.
Now 2 on for the Mavericks as Colton Wright steps up to the plate. He had a RBI double in the first inning. Drove in Carson Johnson. Good time for him to get another hit here in the third inning. Colton Wright shows bunt on the first pitch. It's in there. First strike 1.
Small ball there. See what their defense looks like.
0-1's the count at the plate. Colton Wright. Salguero on second and Carson Johnson on first. And Wright's going to ground this one towards shortstop, St. Takar. He gets the out at second, but they're not going to get the out at first. Force out at second gets the first out of the third.
The first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Fielder's choice gets Salguero up to third and Colton Wright on first. Good play from the Edmonton prospect shortstop. Almost a double play from the defense. 1 out now here in the bottom of the third. Zach Gray steps up to the plate for the second time. Grounded out to Tony Olson, the second baseman, his first time batting. He hits this one hard into center field. AJ Nitschke makes a sliding grab. Salguero is going to come around to score. RBI sac fly from Zach Gray.
Two on now for the
Colton Wright stays on first on the throw. Good sliding grab from AJ Nitschke and the throw in. Salguero came around to score. It's his second run of the night. Prospects still lead 8-3. 2 outs now in the bottom of the third as Nolan Radai steps up to the plate. And Radai swings on the first pitch. And they're going to get the 5-4 out. Colton Wright can't get there in time. That ends the third inning.
All right, looks like we got some action down on field.
Mavericks bring around another one in the third inning.
Two contestants who we got there, Britt.
Prospects still lead 8-3. Pimentel comes out for the top of the fourth through 2/3 of an inning, gave him no runs on no hits. 1 strikeout in the third. It'll be Zane Takar, Michael Gahan, and Nick Spillman, the 2-3-4 hitters that'll face. Takar 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Got a hard fought RBI. Nick Spillman's over 2. Michael Gahan is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI.
Hey, we'd like to take this time to thank the Vincent Lodge, the official hotel of the Mavericks. Lodge Italian Kitchen.
Prospects have got 8 runs in the past 2 innings. We'll see if they can continue that hot pace. 5 runs in the second and 3 runs in the third. Currently lead 8-3. They'll want to make that even more here in the fourth.
Take a look at the RG's Ice and Water ad. We're looking for an autograph. Number 5, Carson Johnson. And the RG's Ice and Water ad. If you got that, you want a $10 gift certificate. Courtesy of RG's Ice and Water. You can claim that prize at the ticket office. It's the 2-3-4 hitters who up for the Prospects. The shortstop, number 6, Zane Takar.
Zane Takar steps up to the plate for the 3rd time tonight here in the 4th inning. 0 for 1. Grounded out to Carson Johnson in the 1st inning. It was hit by a pitch, got the RBI in the 2nd. First pitch at the plate's a called strike. Pimentel now with 9 pitches, 8 of them strikes, 1 ball. Good control from the pitcher from the Dominican Republic. Count at the plate is 0-1 to the leadoff batter here in the 4th. Looked like Pimentel slipped there on the mound, lost his footing. Throws the pitch down low, can't find a strike zone, it's 1-1. And Takar slaps this one up the middle into center field. He's going to be on with a leadoff base hit. Good contact from the shortstop, gets his first hit of the night. He's now 1 for 2. And it's the first hit off of Junior Pimentel tonight. Leadoff batter gets aboard for the Prospects. That'll be good for them in this 5-run lead that they have, as Michael Gahan steps up to the plate. Gahan shows bunt for the first pitch, but fouls it off down the third base line. Makes the count 0-1. Gahan singled with 2 RBIs in the 2nd inning. He's now 1 for 2 with 2 RBI on the night. Second pitch from Pimentel is way up high and inside. That one's off the plate. Makes the count 1-1. Takar goes for second. It's a hit and run, and he'll be on his way to third. It's a single in the gap from Gahan. No Mavericks defenders were there. Good base running from the Prospect shortstop. very aware of the defensive situation from the Mavericks.
The first
Runners now on the corners for the prospects here in the fourth. Nobody out and 2 on as Nick Spillman, the hard-hitting first baseman, steps up to the plate. Spillman's had a good year batting for the prospects. He leads the team with 38 hits. Also with an RBI with 24. He'll have a chance here to add on to that lead with Zane Takar on third base. Comes into the game hitting .369 on the season. It's a great batting average. Count is 0-1 as Spillman fouls off the first pitch he sees. Second pitch comes in, and Spillman swings through it. Good fastball on the outside corner from Pimentel gets Spillman swinging. Count at the plate is 0-2. Pimentel looking for the first out for the Mavericks here in the fourth. Runners on the corners for the prospects. Looking to score for the third straight inning. And it's another foul ball from Nick Spillman. Can't keep that one fair, but it's still 0-2. Good battle from the prospects first baseman. Pimentel is going to have 2 hits here in the fourth. And Spillman tries to make that 3. Radai steps on second, and he's going to get the 4-3 double play, but a run does come around to score. Spillman gets the RBI.
4-3 double play. The run comes in to score though. 2 gone for the Prospects.
Good play from Nolan Radai. They get 2 outs there. Runner came around to score
He strikes out this at bat.
for the prospects to make it 9-3.
Oh, we want to strike out.
9-3 for the prospects. 2 outs now in the top of the fourth. Third straight inning that the prospects have put a run on the board. 5 in the second, 3 in the third, and 1 run here in the fourth. Good game offensively from the team up north.
Definitely barrel on the ball, that's for sure.
Prospects now with 10 hits on the game as well. 10 hits here in the top of the fourth. And it's a 2-1 count at the plate. Eric Crane fouls one off behind home plate. First 2 pitches were out of the strike zone. And Pimentel evens up the count 2-2. It's a hard fastball. Catches the outer half. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here in the fourth inning, nobody on for the prospects. Pimentel looking to get out of the top of the fourth inning. Eric Crane foul. Eric Crane battling up there to extend this at bat. And the at-bat's going to be extended for 1 more pitch as that one was in the dirt and gets past the catcher. Fills the count. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Crane doubled and scored in the third inning. 1 for 2 on the day. And he's going to lift this one high into right field, foul territory. Zach Gray is after it. It gets over the fence, hits the batting cage. Zach Gray can't make the play, and Eric Crane gets another opportunity at the plate. Eric Crane waits for the pitch, and he'll ground this one towards Nolan Rada at second and gets underneath his glove, and Eric Crane's going to be on base with the error. Rada can't get the glove low enough, and the ball squeaks under. E4 gets Crane on first base.
Number 49, Bull Gilbert.
Bo Gillaboo, 2 for 2 on a night, 2 singles, 1 RBI. He scored in the second inning as well. Up to the plate here in the fourth inning for the third time with 2 outs and 1 on. Eric Crane gets on after the Nolan Rada error. 0-1's the count at the plate after the Gillaboo foul. And Eric Crane's going to take off for second. And he's in there with a stolen base. Good base running from the prospects. Left fielder. Got a good jump and he's in there on the slide. Runner now in scoring position for Edmonton. See if Gillaboo can get a second RBI of the night. Edmonton looking for their 10th run already. Oh, and 2's the count. And Gillaboo watches one go by just off the strike zone. Good eye from him to not strike out looking. One and 2 now after the ball. Here's the fourth pitch. And it's up high. The fastball can't get into the strike zone from Pimentel. Junior trying to get out of the fourth, only allowing 1 run to come in. Prospects do have a runner in scoring position currently out there on second. Eric Crane got on after the Rada error and stole second base. Gillaboo looking for his second RBI of the night. Pimentel fills the count 3-2 after 3 straight balls. Good eye from Bo Gillaboo. Coming back from 0-2 to a 3-2 count. 2 singles already on the night. He's been a force for the prospects. And Gillaboo is going to be walked on 6 pitches. Gets aboard for the 3rd time of the evening. Still 2 for 2, now with 1 walk as well.
The catcher, number 30, Anthony Casati.
Now batting for Edmonton with 2 outs and 2 on, it's Anthony Casati. He hit a 2-run home run in the second and got on in the third after a fielder's choice. He scored in the third as well. So he's 1 for 2 with 2 RBI and 2 runs this evening. Two outs, 2 on for the prospects. First pitch is way outside. Vilches has to reach out for that one. He gets it before the ball can go back to the base. The backstop. It's a 1-0 count. Good pitch from Pimentel. He finds the outside corner. Pimentel finds his pitch that time, and it's a 1-1 count. Casati lifts this one high in the air in right field foul territory. That one's going to be over top of the stands. 1-2 is the count after the Casati foul ball. Pimentel throwing 35 pitches so far, 11 of the balls, 24 strikes. Casati waits for the fourth pitch. 2 on for the prospects. And that one's going to be up near his head. He has to duck away from it. Unintentional, I'm sure, from Pimentel. Doesn't want to hit the batter to load the bases. And it's a 2-2 count at the plate. And the count is now 3-2. It's a third pitch that's left up high from Pimentel. That one almost caught the strike zone, the upper half. Counts now 3-2. Casati looking to get on for the third time tonight. Be a good night at the plate for him. Runners go, and Casati's going to be walked. He does reach first. He's on board. And the bases are loaded again for the prospects.
The center fielder, number 34, AJ Nitschke.
Bases loaded with 2 outs for the prospects. The number 8 hitter, AJ Nitschke, steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Singled and scored in the second and had a 2 RBI home run in the third. That one deep to straightaway center, at least 395 to 400 feet away. So 2 runs and 2 RBIs, 2 hits for him on the night. He comes up with the bases loaded, and he's going to cash in another run, and another one's coming around. This could be 2. And it is AJ Nitschke with a 2 RBI single. He's 3 for 3 now with 4 RBI. Two RBIs from AJ Nitschke. He's 3 for 3 now, 4 RBI on the night. The number 8 hitter getting it done for the prospects. Score here at Athletic Park in the top of the 4th is 11-3. Prospects leading. Prospects looking to snap the Mavericks' 13-game win streak. On June 18th in Edmonton, they snapped a Mavericks' 10-game win streak, so they'll be looking to do it again here at Athletic Park this time. And we have the third out of the 4th. Anthony Casati was trying to steal third, but he can't get in there.
Get 3 here in the top of the 4th, lead 11-3. Hey fans, we gotta get something going here. Let's stand up. We got some TJ's Pizza for you. TJ's Pizza. Little dance off. Lucas has got the pizza. It's the bird dance, folks. It's the bird dance. I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a duck, so I shake my butt. There you go, folks. You got it.
We're done here. The top of the 4th, going into the bottom of the 4th now. Prospects lead 11-3. 11 hits on the night for the Prospects, only 4 for the Mavericks so far. Rich Walker comes out for the bottom of the fourth here. Through 3, he's only given up 4 hits to the Mavericks and 3 runs. He has an 8-run lead here. So he's got a lot of protection from his batters. And we're just finding out, we knew that Rich Walker had 1 complete game this year. That complete game that he threw was a perfect game, his last outing. So congratulations to Rich on the perfect game. The only one thrown into Wimble this season. That's something that he can carry with him forever. Congratulations to him. What a remarkable achievement that is. Rich Walker's 1 complete game this year was a perfect game, his last outing thrown.
Say that again.
Tonight he has an 8-run lead going into the bottom of the 4th. He'll be looking to go deep again tonight. Through 3 innings, he's pitched 54 pitches, 29 of them strikes, 15 balls. .44 pitches, sorry. Bad math on our part. Walker will have to go through the 6, 7, 8 hitters here in the bottom of the 4th. Kanjura, Julian Lee, and David Vilches.
Two up for the Mavericks. Starting off the third baseman, number 4, Louis Kanjura.
Kanjura, Julian Lee, and David Vilches. No hits between the 3 of them. 0 for 1, all 3. Only 4 hits from the Mavericks have come from the top of the order. 3 batters for the Mavericks. Batters 4 through 9. No hits yet. Kanjura steps up to the plate for the 2nd time. Grounded out to Tony Olson, the 2nd baseman, his first time around. Kanjura is going to ground this one lightly towards first baseman Spillman. And they're going to call Kanjura safe at the plate as Rich Walker stepped off the plate. His foot was off the bag as Kanjura crossed the plate. Unfortunate for the prospect's pitcher.
Kanjura safe at first. Brings to the plate on left fielder number 11.
So that is E1?
Julian Lee.
Julian Lee steps up to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. Louis Kanjura got on first base after the error from Rich Walker after he couldn't get his foot on the base from the flip from Nick Spillman. If he would have got his foot on that base, Kanjura would have been out. They beat the runner. And now there's possibly an opportunity to score for the Mavericks here in the 4th. First pitch at the plate to Julian Lee is outside. It's 1-0. And Lee is going to pop this one up into the infield. Third baseman Michael Gahan calls for it and gets the out. And Julian Lee is out for the 2nd time this game. 5 unassisted.
The catcher, number 27.
And there's now 1 down from the Mavericks. 1 on, 1 down. Louis Kanjura on first for the Mavericks as David Vilches steps up to the plate. He lined out to Zane Takar at shortstop in the 2nd inning. Nice grab from Takar to put Vilches out for the first time. And Vilches gets down 0-1 in this count his second time around.
So last call souvenir shack, correct?
Vilches swings through a Rich Walker cutter that finds the outside half. Good pitch from Walker. Vilches can't find it. It's an 0-2 count. Walker still looking for his first strikeout of the evening. We're into the bottom of the fourth. Prospects lead the Mavericks 11-3. Rich Walker's been strong, only giving up 4 hits now in 3 1/3 and 3 runs. No strikeouts yet, but he hasn't walked any Mavericks batters either. And it's ball 1 at the plate. Vilches watches that one go by. Now a 1-2 count. Walker looking for the second out of the inning. If he can get the ground ball to one of his middle infielders, could be a double play, but he gets a strikeout at the plate. Vilches goes down looking, and it's Walker's first strikeout of the evening. 2 outs now from the Mavericks in the bottom of the fourth. 1 runner still on, Louis Canjura at first base. As Jackson Hoagie steps up to the plate, he flew out to A.J. Nitschke, his first time batting in the second inning. That ended the second. Hopefully he can get on here in the fourth for the Mavericks and not end the fourth as well. Hoagie fouls off the first pitch he sees down to third baseline. Makes it 0-1. Hoagie sits tied for third on the team in RBI with 19 on the season. Canjura 24, Zach Gray and Colton Ray both with 21. And then there's Hoagie with 19. Who's actually tied with Sal Rodriguez, who's not playing tonight. 0-2 count, and Hoagie's going to ground towards Michael Gahan. He'll make the one-hop throw to Nick Spillman. And Mavericks can't get anything going here in the fourth. We're through 4 complete. 5-3 gets the out. And we're into the top of the fifth now. Junior Pimentel comes out to pitch still here in the top of the fifth for the Mavericks. Through 1 2/3, Pimentel's given up 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 1 prospect batter. Edmonton has scored at least 3 runs in 3 straight innings, 5 in the second and 3 in the third and fourth. Gets them 11 runs on the night. Pimentel will look to get a shutout inning here in the fifth. It'll be the top of the order for the prospects, Tony Olson, Zane Takar, and Michael Gahan. Takar 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI, and Gahan 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
They're signaling to turn the lights on, but I don't have that power up here. The umpires.
Tony Olson steps up to the plate for the 4th time.
For the prospects leading off, the right fielder number 17, Percy Lou.
Sorry, it's a 9-1-2 hitters here in the fifth. Percy Lou, Tony Olson, and Zane Takar. So I have a bit of a problem because I have Tony Olson on. Percy Lou. It's a 2-0 count.
Or was Nitschke, no, Nitschke was on. Was he not on first? Was Nitschke on at all?
Yeah, because he hit a 2 RBI single.
Right.
So Percy Lou is at the plate.
Gotta get into that.
3-0 count at the plate to Percy Lou. And it's a strike from Pimentel. It's 3-1.
Just go back to the line score and that third out.
See, the third out I have is a 2-5. Lou will ground towards the first baseman, Zach Gray. He'll flip towards Junior Pimentel to get the first out of the fifth here. Lou almost ran it out. Good hard charge from him.
Top of the order now for the prospects, number 33, Tony Olson. Yeah, I don't know why. And the only way you register that is if there's a pitch count that comes up. A pitch, yeah. It's gotta be pitch thrown at.
Okay, well, I did a caught stealing 2-3.
Right.
A 2-5, and it still goes. Tony Olson now at the plate comes up to bat for the prospects with nobody on. Two-one count at the plate for Tony Olson. 1 out, nobody on for the prospects. And it's 2-2 at the plate.
We're in inning 5. I changed it. I didn't change it. I changed it. Make sure.
And Tony Olson's going to go down to a strikeout.
2 gone now for the prospects. Brings to the plate. The shortstop, number 6, Zane Takar.
Two outs now in the top of the fifth with the shortstop, Zane Takar. Now batting. 1 for 2 on the day. And he's going to ground towards Louis Canjur, and that one's going to get under his glove as well. Takar is going to find himself on first base.
The third baseman, number 13, Michael Kahan.
Prospects get a runner on.
He didn't touch it, so it's gotta be it. I would guess.
I would put that down and say it.
Much as I don't.
And Michael Gahan steps up to the plate for the prospects with 1 on, 2 outs. Takar gets his second hit of the night, as that one just squeaked by Louis Canjura. Michael Gahan 2 for 3 on the night, 2 singles, 2 RBI as well.
How's that line score, Dawson?
11, 12, 1, 3, 4, 1.
1-1's the count at the plate to Michael Gahan. Zane Takar on first base for the prospects. 1 on with 2 outs. Pimentel trying to keep him scoreless here in the fifth. And a slider finds the bottom corner. Good pitch from Pimentel. It's a called strike. Fourth pitch from Pimentel is very high, over top of the head of Gahan, and Gahan didn't even duck at all. So it's a 2-2 count. Pimentel lets that one get away from him. Gahan hits this one very hard, gets good contact on it, but over the fence in foul territory. Keeps the count at 2-2. Definitely would have been extra bases that time from Gahan. He singled twice already this game. And the slider finds the outer half. Pimentel gets out of the inning on the strikeout. Top of the fifth is over now. Edmonton gets no runs, but they still lead 11-3 going into the bottom of the fifth.
Looks like we got some golfers out there, and they're already talking smack, it looks like already. What do we got there, Lucas? What's going on?
Hey everyone, I'm down in the field with Caitlin and Ryan, and they're here to play the pod with Cooley closest to the pin challenge. All right, guys.
Bottom of the fifth. Rich Walker still out there for the prospects. Through 4, he's given up 3 runs on 4 hits. He has 1 strikeout now. He struck out Vilches in the 4th inning. He'll deal with the 1-2-3 hitters of the Mavericks lineup. Salguero, Johnson, and Wright. The only 3 batters to get hits off of Walker this game so far. Worth mentioning again, but Rich Walker's last outing was a perfect game. So he comes into this one at Athletic Park with a firearm. So,
hey, the top of the 5th inning was
Salguero 2 for 2. He singled and scored twice. Johnson 1 for 2 with an RBI. 1 for 1 as he was hit by a pitch. Colton Wright is 1 for 2.
And parents, if you got kids that are 12 or under, make sure they're registered for the 2018 Sobeys Mini Mavericks Club. They'll receive a Mini Maverick t-shirt and access to all regular season games. Become a Mini Maverick today. Middle of the 5th inning brought to you by River Dental, the official dental.
Mavericks still only with 4 hits in the game through 4 innings. Top of the order with those hits. They'll try and get some more here in the 5th.
Make some noise for the center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Salguero steps up to the plate looking for his 3rd hit of the night. He has 2 leadoff hits so far this game. First pitch is a good one from Rich Walker on the inside half. It's a 0-1 count. Salguero fouls one off towards the patios on left field foul territory. Gets down early, 0-2. So what happened was the caught stealing and put Percy Lou out who was at the plate. Third pitch to Salguero inside, and they're going to say that he did not swing all the way through. Salguero checks his swing at the plate. It's 1-2. One and two to Salguero. And Rich Walker's going to get him swinging. Good off-speed pitch from him. That was down low. Strikeout swinging to David Salguero. Walker with his 2nd strikeout of the night.
Shortstop number 5, Carson Johnson.
He looks to be cruising coming into the 5th inning here. Johnson 1 for 1 on a day. Doubled and scored with an RBI in the 1st inning and was hit by pitch in the 3rd. Johnson hits this one hard towards Nick Spillman. He's going to knock it down and make the play at first. Rich Walker stepping on first base and make sure he does this time. Gets the second out of the 5th inning. 1-2 batters from the Mavericks are retired. Colton Wright stepping up to the plate for the 3rd time tonight. He's 1 for 2, but he reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning, doubled with an RBI in the 1st. A nice hit from Colton Wright off the wall. One of the Mavericks' 4 hits on the night. Called strike on the first pitch. Up high in the zone, catches the corner. Second pitch can't find a corner that time. That one lands outside. It's a 1-1 count. And Wright's going to fly this one into right field foul territory. And gets back behind in the count. It's 1-2. Good contact from Wright that time, but just can't keep it fair. Get another opportunity here. Waiting for the 4th pitch from Rich Walker. And Wright's going to find a gap between the shortstop and 3rd baseman. St. Takar dives for it but can't come up with it. It's a base hit for Wright. Gets his 2nd hit of the night.
Number 31, Zach Gray.
Five hits now on the night for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 5th. Still only 3 runs. They're down 8. To the Prospects, it's 11-3. A home run. Good line drive home run from Gray. That one flew off his bat. Makes the score 11-5. Gets a little bit lucky that time. It bounced off the top of the Cypress College sign out in right field. Looked like it was going to hit the wall.
The 2-0 rally. Now to the plate, the 2nd baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai.
Gray comes across the plate after hitting his 3rd home run of the year. That 2-run home run gets him 23 RBI on the season. First home run that we've seen bounce off the top of the wall.
Yeah. We have that $100 cash giveaway from AC Elders with that home run.
3 RBI on the night for Zach Gray
Seat number and section number.
in this game. 11-5 the score. Mavericks not giving up in this one. We'll see what they can do here in the only in the bottom of the 5th. Nolan Ratai at the plate. It's an 0-2 count. And it's a ball, that one up high. Nolan Ratai does not go around. He checks his swing. Counts 1-2. Rich Walker looking to get out of the 5th. And Ratai's going to hit this one hard into left field. Good placement on the hit. And he's going for 2nd to throw his in. And Ratai safe on the double. Good hit from Nolan Ratai there. Ratai gets his 9th double of the season. That ties him for 2nd on the team with Zach Gray, only behind Salguero, who has 10.
Hey fans, with that Zach Gray 2-run home run, we present the AC Elder and Associates RBC Canadian Securities $100
Mavericks making a run here in the 5th.
If you have section D as in
2 runs have already come around to score.
scene 23, if that's
And the
your
Mavericks now with another runner in scoring position.
Courtesy of ECL and Associates. And then down to the ticket office to claim your prize.
First 5 batters in the Mavericks lineup all have hits now. Just have to wait on batter 679. We'll see what Louis Canjura can do here in his 3rd at bat. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Reached with an error in the 4th inning. First pitch from Walker is outside. Fastball can't find a strike zone. It's 1-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The score is 11-5. Nolan Radai on second after the double. Second pitch from Walker's well inside. Almost catches Canjura. Doesn't move out of the way of it. Almost hit him, but it missed. It's 2-0. Three and 0's the count as Walker throws the pitch just up high. Barely misses the plate that time. Canjura watches the first 3 go by. It's 3 balls, no strikes. Canjura looking to get on base for the 2nd straight at bat. That one's in there for a called strike. Rich Walker gets that one right over the strike zone. 3-1 now to Canjura. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Edmonton looking to get into the 6th inning, up 6 runs. Canjura is going to hit this one softly towards the first baseman. Spillman's going to make the grab and step on first. The 5th inning's now over, 3 unassisted.
Get 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. They trail 1-5. Still lots of action going on here.
2 runs come around to score for the Mavericks on the 2-run home run. Zach Gray hitting one off the top of the wall. Score is 11-5 for the Prospects going into the top of the 6th. Junior Pimentel's night's going to be over for the Mavericks. He pitched 2 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 3 Prospects batters. Sean Cruz is going to come in to pitch.
All right, we got 1 draw here, and it's for Glenn. Not sure of the last name. Glenn Gove, it looks like, or Gove. And Taryn Hall.
Sean Cruz steps onto the mound in relief of Junior Pimentel.
Congratulations, you won 2.
This is his 11th appearance of the season already. He now has the most appearances of any Mavericks pitcher this season. Sean Cruz, through his first 10 appearances on the mound, he's thrown 11 1/3 innings, giving up 8 hits and 5 runs, 4 of them earned. He's walked 8 opposing batters and has struck out 12 in the 11 innings. 1-0 record with 1 save and a 2.47 ERA. Pimentel comes out as the Prospects lead 11-5. Cruz will have to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters from the Prospects, the middle of the order. Nick Spillman, Eric Crane, and Bo Gulaboo. Sean Cruz with the first pitch that's down low. It's 1-0. Then Nick Spillman at the plate.
Top of the sixth.
1-0 count, and Spillman flies this one into short right. Jackson Hoagie makes a call, and he'll get under it to get the first out at the top of the sixth.
You heard the ladies call out their last call for the 50-50 tickets. Get your tickets on now. We'll make that draw in the 7th inning. 50-50 tickets still on sale. Last call, though. Tonight's Budget Blinds beer batter to the left field.
1 out now on the top of the sixth, as Eric Crane steps up to the plate with nobody on.
Beer for the next 10 minutes.
Crane is 1 for 3 on the day. He doubled in the 3rd inning and scored. He has 2 runs, as he reached on an error in the 4th inning and scored then 2. Two straight called strikes at the plate. Cruz gets himself ahead. 0-2 is the count. Cruz looking for his first strikeout. Eric Crane down 0-2. And he's going to swing right through the 3rd offering from Cruz. He gets the strikeout.
Beer for the next 10 minutes. It's 9:05. You got till 9:50.
Eric Crane's now struck out twice this game in 4 at-bats.
Down the first baseline. Two on for the designated hitter, number 49, Bo Gilbu.
Here in the top of the 6th, 2 outs, nobody on for the prospects as Bo Gillibu steps up to the plate. The designated hitter is 2 for 2 on a day. Singled twice, 1 RBI and 1 run. 2 runs as he walked and scored in the 4th as well. It's been a good offensive producing night for the prospects designated hitter. Swings right through the second Sean Cruz pitch. Makes a count 0-2. Sean Cruz trying to get out of the 6th. 1-2-3 here. It'll be 2 straight innings where the prospects don't score after scoring at least 3 in 3 straight. And that one is way outside from Sean Cruz. It's now a 1-2 count. And Cruz lets one get away from him. Past the catcher and at the backstop. 2-2 is the count. Good thing no runners were on board for the prospects there, and they would have been advancing. 11-5, still to score. Prospects leading here in the top of the 6th. And 3 straight balls from Sean Cruz fills the count. Bo Gullibu being patient up there. He walked his last time batting in the 4th after being down in an 0-2 count. We'll see if he can do the exact same thing here in the 6th. Sean Cruz with the pitch. And Gullibu is going to break his bat after hitting the ball. But Carson Johnson gets the out. 6-3. And the top of the 6th is over. Bo Gullibu grounded out there to Carson Johnson. He broke his bat while hitting the ball. Another first here at Athletic Park this season. That's the first broken bat. Lots of firsts here tonight. Been a good game between the Prospects and the Mavericks. Prospects currently lead 11-5. Coming out for the bottom of the 6th, it's still Rich Walker through 5. He's given up 5 runs on 7 hits to the Mavericks. No walks yet. He struck out 2 Mavericks batters, David Salguero and David Vilches. Here in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Julian Lee, David Vilches, and Jackson Hoagie. All batters 0 for 2 on the night. He's been dealing through the bottom of the Mavericks order.
Hey fans, we would like to congratulate our sponsor, Lisa Ireland of Serenity Float Center. Her first year anniversary here in Medicine Hat. Join them July 10th from 10 a.m. till 5 for their open house at Serenity Float Center. Yeah, last call, 50-50, last call.
Bottom of the 6th about to begin here at Athletic Park. Julian Lee stepping up to the plate for the 3rd time. First pitch to Lee, catches the outside half of the plate. Called strike, good pitch from Walker as he finds his spot on the bottom corner. Nice curveball from Walker there. Starts outside the plate but makes his way back in. Finds the corner and it's 0-2 to Julian Lee, the leadoff batter for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 6th. One-two count to Lee as the 3rd pitch is in the dirt outside. And another pitch away from the strike zone from Walker. That's one inside and down low in the dirt. Evens up the count, 2-2. And Lee's going to pop this one into the outfield over top of first base. Nick Spillman gets under it and makes the grab. First out of the bottom of the 6th. Julian Lee now 0 for 3 on the day. Unlucky at the plate tonight for the Mavericks left fielder.
Catcher number 27, David Vilches.
David Vilches now batting. And the first pitch to Vilches is in there for a called strike. It's an 0-1 count. Another called strike for Rich Walker. This one finds the outside bottom half corner. Good spot from Walker as he makes the count 0-2. Vilches looking off the first 2 pitches as he watches another one go by, but this one's down low. It's 1-2. And Vilches going to ground this one towards the 3rd baseman, Michael Gahan. And he's going to be out at first base. Good throw from Gahan to make the play. Looked like the Mavericks catcher had just about run it out at first. Wasn't to be here in the 6th inning. There's now 2 outs.
The right fielder, number 18, Jackson Hoagie.
Excellent play from the prospect's 3rd baseman, who sometimes is a pitcher for the prospects as well, Michael Gahan. He's got a good arm on 3rd, so he uses that while he's pitching as well. Hoagie watches a slider go by on the outside corner, not the pitch he wants, so he, that's a called First pitch become a called strike. Second pitch is too low. Rich Walker can't find a strike zone there. It's 1-1 here to Jackson Hoagie. First two batters in the sixth have both been retired. And Hoagie's going to rip this one into left. It's going to drop right in front of Eric Crane. He can't make the grab. Hoagie gets his first hit of the night. He's in there with a base hit.
Now for the Mavericks brings to the late the center fielder, number 2, David Salguero.
Mavericks get their 8th hit of the evening. Mavericks almost getting 2 hits on here in the 6th. Vilches almost ran out of Michael Gahan. Ground out. Couldn't beat out the throw, so Mavericks currently only have 1 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Mavericks down 6 runs. Salguero hits this one high and deep in right field. On the warning track is Percy Liu, and he's going to make the grab on the track. Salguero was looking for his 2nd home run of the year. Can't find it. Mavericks still down by 6 runs going into the 7th inning.
Contestants on the first baseline there. To start off the home team home run challenge brought to you by Tori Matson and Shauna Vanderspoot of Royal LePage Community Realty. Who do we got down there, Lucas?
We have the home team home run challenge tonight. We have Lily and Brianna. You girls get 3 chances to hit the ball as far as you can to win some pretty cool prizes. Are you ready? Your shot. Well, good first shot by Brianna. Let's see what we can do on the second one.
Top of the 7th now. Prospects still lead the Mavericks at 11-5. 12 hits on the night for the Prospects, 8 for the Mavericks. Only 2 Prospects batters don't have hits on the evening. Tony Olson and Nick Spillman. Those 2 batters have been hot hitters and offensive producers for the Prospects this season. So for them to be up 6 runs with those 2 not producing tonight is a great feat for the Prospects.
Congratulations to both our contestants in the home team home run challenge. And remember, if you want to hit a home run with your real estate needs, connect with Tori Matson and Shauna Vanderspoot, the home team at Royal LePage Community Realty.
Here in the top of the 7th, Sean Cruz comes out for his 2nd inning. He sat him down 1-2-3 into 6. Nick Spillman, Eric Crane, and Bo Gulabu. 1 strikeout so far through 1 inning. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the 7th. Anthony Casati, AJ Nitschke, and Percy Liu. Casati and Nitschke both with home runs in the game. Casati with a 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Nitschke is 3 for 3 with 4 RBI, and Percy Liu is 1 for 3. 5 hits so far through the bottom of the order for the Prospects.
Starting off before the Prospects, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Here's number 30, Anthony Casati.
Anthony Casati steps up to the plate for the 4th time. 1 for 2 on the day. He walked in the 4th inning. First pitch of the at-bat is in the dirt and bounces all the way back to the backstop. Vilches can't grab it. 1-0 count.
You guys good?
We are great.
Hey, are you guys all good for food and beverage right now?
Another pitch from Sean Cruz in the dirt. Can't keep the ball elevated here against Anthony Casati. Count at the plate is 2-0. Casati was walked in the 4th inning, and he already has a home run tonight. He's reached base 3 times as he reached in the 3rd inning. From a fielder's choice, he has 2 runs on the evening. Third pitch is in there for a called strike. Counts now 2-1. Leadoff batter for the Prospects here in the top of the 7th. Draws a 3-1 count here in 4 pitches. Sean Cruz throws another one inside. Can't find a strike zone. And the leadoff batter here in the 7th is looking to be walked for the 2nd straight at bat. And get on for the 4th straight time. Sean Cruz gets ready for the 5th pitch. It's 3-1 at the plate. That one's going to be too low again. And Anthony Casati draws another walk. The leadoff batter for the Prospects is going to reach first. There's one on and nobody out here in the top of the 7th for A.J. Nitschke. Nitschke's 3 for 3 on the day with 4 RBI. He singled in the 2nd inning and scored. Had a 2-run home run in the 3rd and a 2 RBI single in the 4th. Comes up to the plate with one on, nobody out here in the 7th inning. First pitch from Cruz is on the inner half of the strike zone. That one barely getting in there. It was on the line. Good pitch from Cruz, makes it 0-1. Sean Cruz with a pitch that looked like it hit the same spot. This one called as the first ball of the at-bat. 1-1's the count on that inside corner.
Yep. If not, phone Garth. Get Garth's number. He'll charge you.
The 3rd pitch.
But not much.
And it is down low. Nitschke watching that one go by. Gets ahead in the count. It's 2-1. Still no outs here in the top of the 7th. One runner aboard. Anthony Casati via the walk. A.J. Nitschke at the plate. It's 2-1 is the count. Third straight pitch from Cruz. That's too low. Another one. That's a ball. 3-1 is the count here for the 2nd straight batter. Prospects looking for their 2nd straight walk to lead off the 7th inning. Cruz has to keep him over the strike zone now. And he'll get Nitschke swinging and fouling it off behind home plate. Makes the count 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes at the plate. And Nitschke's going to ground this one towards 3rd base. Louis Canjura is not going to make the throw. Nitschke's in there ahead of the throw. He gets a single. He's now 4 for 4 on the night. Good hard hustle from Nitschke there to beat the throw from Louis Canjura. Nitschke now 4 for 4. He's been perfect tonight at the plate. Made a good sliding grab in the outfield earlier in the game too. Been good all around for the Prospects tonight. A big reason why they're up by 6 runs here in the 7th. 2 on, nobody out. Anthony Casati on 2nd. And A.J. Nitschke on 1st for the Prospects. Percy Liu at the plate. Percy Liu 1 for 3 on the day.
There's 4 boys sitting up here. Canjura, both of them was sitting here, and Fulches was sitting here. Who was right here?
2-0 at the plate for Percy Liu. 2 balls, 0 strikes to Percy Liu, the number 9 hitter. No outs here in the top of the 7th. Tony Olson, Zane Takar, Michael Gahan, still to possibly come up here in the 7th. If Percy Liu were to get on base and load the bases, drops a bunt here in the 3rd pitch and fouls it off. Makes the count 2-1.
35802. 358. Hey, 35802. 7971.
2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the 7th, no outs. Liu just fouled off a bunt. And this one's going to say fair. It drops right in front of the pitcher. Liu is out at first, but it's a sacrifice bunt. He advances the runners. Liu gets the job done, exactly what he wanted there.
Top of the order now for the prospects, the second baseman, number 33, Tony Olson. Fans, get out your 50-50 ticket numbers. We'll make that draw after this at bat.
2 runners now in scoring position for the prospects. Casati on 3rd and AJ Nitsky on 2nd. 1 out here in the top of the 7th, and Tony Olson, the leadoff batter, at the plate. Olson struggled a bit at the plate tonight, 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and scored. Hasn't been able to get on base with his bat yet tonight. Cruz struggling to find the strike zone again. It's a 1-0 count. So far, 14 balls and 13 strikes thrown from Sean Cruz. Nice curveball from Cruz there. But he can't find the strike zone. It's down low. Makes the count 2-0. Lots of break, almost too much. And Tony Olson's going to hit this one off the pitcher. 1 run is going to come to score. RBI single for Tony Olson. Gets his first hit of the night, and it's now 12-5 for the prospects. Good contact. Sean Cruz could not make the play. Hard hit from Tony Olson that time. Sean Cruz got a glove to it, but could not get the grab. 1 run will come around to score. Makes the score 12-5. Prospects leading. Quick mound meeting at the on the mound. Here in the top of the 7th. Sean Cruz has now gone through 1 1/3, going up 2 hits, walked 1 batter, and 1 run. Runners on the corners for the prospects with 1 out. Zane Takar steps up to the plate, 2 for 3 on the night. He singled his last 2 at-bats. 1 RBI as well already. First pitch from Sean Cruz is down low and out wide. 1-0 count. As Connor Green gets some work in the Mavericks bullpen. Might be coming in for Cruz in the 8th inning. Another pitch off the plate. 1 more 2-0 count from Sean Cruz here in the 7th. Two and 0, Garth. And Cruz throws one right down the middle that time. Good pitch to get it in the strike zone. He'll be looking to find a groove here. It's a 2-1 count. Cruz looking to get the second out of the 7th inning here. Runners on the corners for the prospects. Already run is coming around to score. He'll ground this one towards the shortstop, Carson Johnson. They'll get the out at second. And Takar will beat out the throw at first, so another run will come around to score on the 4th out. Good hustle from Dakar there to make it up to first base, beating out the throw for the double play. Michael Gahan's going to ground out to Carson Johnson. They'll get the 4th out at second to end the top of the 7th. Edmonton gets 2 more runs in the 7th. They extend their lead to 13-5.
We need you to be loud, proud. It's the 7th inning stretch. We need to rally our troops. The Mavericks are trailing by 8. Let's sing along, folks. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
We're through 6.5 innings now. Mavericks down 13-5. Not much time left for them going into the bottom of the 7th. Only Nick Spillman now without a hit for the prospects. Pitching change for the prospects. Rich Walker is taken out for Josh Siglitz. Siglitz comes in the 7th inning. So Rich Walker won't go the distance tonight. Just to mention again, his last outing was a complete game, a perfect game. Allowed no runners to get on base via hits or walks. It was a perfect game for Rich Walker. He won't get that tonight, but right now he is in line for the win. Comes out of the game with the prospects leading 13-5 going into the bottom of the 7th. Rich Walker threw 6 innings, giving up 5 runs on 8 hits. He walked no Mavericks batters and struck out 2.
Oh, put your hands together, Maverick fans. Let's get them going here. Starting off for your Mavericks, the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
First batter that Siglitz will face is the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. Siglitz will go through the 2-3-4 hitters here, Johnson, Wright, and Zach Gray. This will be Siglitz's 6th appearance of the season for the prospects. 5th appearance in relief. He's made 1 start this season. In 5 appearances, he's pitched 8 2/3, giving up 7 hits and 5 earned runs. He's walked 6 opposing batters and struck out 5 in those 8 2/3. 1-1 record with 1 save on the season and a 4.03 ERA. Comes in the 7th in relief. 6th appearance of the season for Josh Siglitz. Johnson down 0-2 in the count. A called strike and a foul ball towards the prospect's dugout. Another foul ball from Johnson. Count is still 0-2. Leadoff batter for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 7th. Mavericks currently down 13-5. And Johnson's going to ground this one between the gap, between the third baseman and shortstop. Gets himself on with a leadoff base hit.
Seeing on a single for Johnson brings to the plate.
Both Michael Gahan and Zane Takar dove after it but couldn't find it. Carson Johnson gets his second hit of the night. And the leadoff batter gets on. Josh Siglitz gives up the hit to the first batter he faces.
One more hit, Timmy, we gotta give away these boxes, correct?
Colton Wright steps up to the plate for the fourth time. He's 2 for 3 on the day. He doubled with an RBI in the first inning, got on by a fielder's choice in the third inning, and singled and scored in the fifth. He cast Carson Johnson in the first. We'll see if he can do it again here in the seventh. It's a 1-0 count at the plate. Wright fouls one off into the netting.
Say that again. Sorry?
1-1's the count.
No, the Wendy's coupons. We're gonna be at 10 hits if we get one more.
Josh Siglitz pitched for the Prospects last night here at Athletic Park, so he appears for his second time in his many nights. Steps back up to the mound, gets ready for the third pitch of the at-bat. 1-1 is the count at the plate, and he's going to hit Colton Wright right off the helmet. That one got away from Siglitz. Colton Wright wasn't happy about that. Two runners aboard now for the Mavericks. Carson Johnson singled and Colton Wright was hit right off the helmet. 2 on for the Mavericks.
Number 31, Zach Gray.
2 on, nobody out. Zach Gray at the plate. He had a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. That one just bounced off the top of the wall. He made the score 13-5. We'll see if he can get another one here and get a few more runs on the board for the Mavericks. First pitch is on the outer half. Catches the strike zone. It's 0-1. No outs for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 runners on. Zach Gray at the plate and Nolan Radai on deck. Slider from Siglitz can't find a strike zone. It breaks just a little bit too much and comes too far inside. Evens up the count, 1-1. Zach Gray now with 3 home runs on the season. Only trails Colton Wright with 5. Call time at the plate. Zach Gray steps back in. Ready's up again for the third pitch of the at-bat. And it comes from Siglitz. And it's inside. Backs Gray off the plate. It's 2-1.
Did we get a 50-50 winner?
2 balls, 1 strike to Zach Gray at the plate. Carson Johnson on second and Colton Wright on first base for the Mavericks. And Gray fouls one off. This one well behind home plate over top of the netting. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, but nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Edmonton Prospects leading the Mavericks 13-5. Prospects with 14 hits on the night. Mavericks with 9. Both teams have committed 1 error out in the field. Fifth pitch comes in from Siglitz, and Gray hits it hard into right field. It's going to go right in front of Percy Lou. Finds some grass, and that's going to be a base hit for Zach Gray, his second of the night. That one just dropped early in front of Percy Lou. Gets Gray on base. Mavericks have the bases loaded here in the 7th. Down 8 runs. Nobody out. Now would be a good time to get a couple across the board and cut into the lead. Nolan Radeye, the second baseman, at the plate. He doubled in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3 on the night. No home runs yet on the year. I'm sure he'd be happy with his first one coming right now.
10 hits, so Wendy's frosty giveaway.
First pitch to Radeye is inside off the plate. 1-0. Nice pitch from Siglitz that time. Up high and away. Keeps it away from Nolan Radeye as Radeye swings right through it. Can't find it. One and one's the count at the plate. And another hard cut from Radeye that can't keep up with the fastball. Siglitz gunning it by him. Nolan Radeye gets himself down 1-2. Carson Johnson on third. Colton Wright out there on second base. And Zach Gray standing on first base after the single. Nolan Radeye at the plate, currently down 1-2 is the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Radeye's going to strike out swinging. He was going for the fences on all 3 swings there. Can't keep up with the fastball from Siglitz. And there's now 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th for the Mavericks.
The third baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Canjura 0 for 3 on the day. Steps up to the plate with 1 out and the bases loaded. We've seen 1 grand slam from the Mavericks this season. David Salguero with the grand slam. Louis Canjura with 1 home run on the year. Can he get number 2 at this at bat? He hits this one high and hard into left center at the warning track. Center fielder AJ Nitschke is going to make the grab at the track. Sacrifice fly from Canjura brings around Carson Johnson home plate. Makes it 13-6. Colton Wright advances to third as well. So close from Canjura to get the 2nd grand slam of the year. That one was on the warning track. AJ Nitschke makes the play. 2 outs now for the Mavericks and runners on the corners. Zach Gray still on first. Colton Wright on third for the Mavericks. 2 outs and Julian Lee at the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Lee 0 for 3. Mavericks down by 7, 13-6. The sacrifice fly from Canjura gets his 25th RBI of the season. Slider from Siglitz, the first pitch. Can't find a strike zone, he leaves it up high. Good eye from Julian Lee to leave that one. 1-0 is the count. And Lee's going to ground this one in the gap between first and second. RBI single from the left fielder. Colton Wright comes around to score. That makes it 13-7. Mavericks down 6.
Brings to the plate the catcher, number 27, David Vilches.
Good hit from Julian Lee that time. 1 for 4 on the day now with 1 RBI. (13-7) is the score here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs and 2 runners on board. For the Mavericks, David Vilches at the plate. We know Vilches is a hard swinging catcher. Goes for the fences just about every at-bat. You can expect that here with 2 runners on. Oh, 1 count at the plate. And Vilches hits this one hard and deep. This one looks like it's going to be over the scoreboard. And it is a 3-run shot from David Vilches. That one is deep and gone. Vilches with his 2nd home run of the season. 3-run shot makes it 13-10. Mavericks with the comeback now. You knew Vilches was going to be swinging hard for the fences there. All he needed was his pitch, and he got it. That one was way gone. You knew it as soon as it hit the bat. 13-10. Mavericks making some noise here in the 7th. They're making it interesting, as they always do. Hoagie steps up to the plate for the 4th time in the game. He's 1 for 3. Steps up with the bases cleared and 2 outs. Oh, 2 count as Hoagie fouls one off. Hoagie singled in the 6th. They get his 1 hit of the game so far. And Hoagie goes down swinging. Siglitz gets out of the 7th.
Mavericks get 5 here in the bottom of the 7th.
5 runs for the Mavs in the 7th. They're only down 3 now with 2 innings to go. Mavericks have come back before. July 1st against the 57s and July 2nd and 3rd against the Beavers. All 3 comeback walk-off wins. 13-10 is the score. Edmonton leading as Connor Green steps up to the mound for the Mavericks. Sean Cruz pitched 2 innings strong, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. He struck out 1 prospect batter.
Who's pitching right now?
Connor Green comes onto the mound for the 6th appearance of the season.
$12.97 is attendance. Who had it? Great. See, great didn't change. She shouldn't change. Oh, great was close.
Connor Green coming into his 6th appearance of the season. He's pitched 5 times for the Mavericks this season. 1 start. In that 1 start and 4 relief appearances, he pitched 8 1/3 innings, giving up 9 hits, 8 runs, 5 of them earned. He's walked 6 batters and also struck out 6 batters. He has a 0-0 record with a 4.20 ERA.
95 Schooners after the game. trail by 3. And it's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here for Edmonton. First baseman, number 27, Nick Spillman. Who's on the mound there, my good man?
Connor Green. Connor Green will face off against the 4, 5, 6 hitters here. Nick Spillman, Eric Crane, and Bo Gulaboo. 1-0 count to Nick Spillman, the only prospects batter without a hit so far this game. 0 for 4 on the night.
Pitching for the Mavericks, right-handed reliever number 8, Connor Green.
One-two count as Spillman fouls the third offering off. Fourth pitch evens up the count, 2-2. And Spillman hits the strikeout. Spillman 0 for 5 now. Connor Green gets the strikeout.
Here batter and left fielder number 38, Eric Crane. Hey fans!
One up, one down in the top of the 8th.
1,297 of you here for tonight's game. Mavericks, thank you.
Eric Crane is 1 for 4, and he hits this one into center field, high in the air. Salguero gets under it. One pitch is all Connor Green needs to get Crane out here in the 8th.
Designated hitter number 49,
2 up, 2 down. Bo Gulaboo comes up to the plate, 2 for 3 on the night. He singled twice and walked in the 4th. 1 RBI and 2 runs scored for number 49, the designated hitter. Bo Gulaboo gets ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. A couple skirmishes there between some of the players and coaches. But we're ready to go here, and it's a 1-0 count at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on here for the prospects in the top of the 8th. Gulaboo fouls one off into the netting. 1-1 count. Soft swing from Gulaboo there. He wanted to check his swing, but goes all the way through. Connor Green gets ahead in the count, 1-2 now. And the 4th pitch looked good from Connor Green, but just left a little high.
What's a strike in any other ballpark?
Right down the middle there from Connor Green, but just up high, 2-2. And Gulaboo fouls one off. Keeps the count even. Two and two. And the pitch is outside to fill the count. 6 pitches in the at-bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 8th. And Connor Green strikes him out looking. Bo Gulaboo is now 2 for 4. Green strikes out 2 batters in the top of the 8th. Good inning from number 8, the Mavericks pitcher in relief.
The 8th inning brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. Whether you're buying a home, planning for retirement, or having banking needs, Canadian Western Bank offers a competitive rate and exceptional service. Visit them at their branch at 13th Avenue.
One more pitching change from the prospects now. Number 25 comes up comes out to pitch for the Prospects. Edgar Barclay steps onto the mound for the 8th inning. Josh Stiglitz went through 1 inning, giving up 5 runs on 4 hits.
All right, fans, let's make some noise. We got some chips to give away. The old Dutch chip giveaway. Oh, it's got to be louder than that. Come on. Tonight's game brought to you by Medicine Hat News. We got you covered.
Edgar Barclay is making his 3rd appearance
Daily in Medicine Hat News.
here for the Prospects, and it's his first time out of the bullpen. He's made 2 appearances, both of them starts. 9 innings pitched in those 2 starts. He gave up 5 hits and 2 runs, struck out 12 batters and walked 6. He has an 0-1 record, 1.55 ERA. He's pitched well, but that 0-1 record. Prospects lead 13-10 in the bottom of the 8th. Edgar Barclay is being called upon for his first relief appearance to keep it that way. It'll be the 1-2-3 hitters that Barclay will face. Salguero, Johnson, and Colton Wright. Salguero 2 for 4, Carson Johnson 2 for 3, and Colton Wright 2 for 3 as well. Johnson and Wright both with an RBI on the night. Barclay's first pitch is outside. Salguero watches it go by. It's 1-0.
Who's that new pitcher? 25.
And it's another one away from the strike zone. It's 2-0 as that one's in the dirt.
He just came in this inning, yes? Now on the mound for the Edmonton Prospects, left-handed reliever number 25, Edgar Barclay.
2-0 at the plate. Salguero, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 8th. And that one's down low as well. Edgar Barclay with 3 straight balls. 3 balls, no strikes here. And he gets one over the plate. It's 3-1. Two for 4 in the night is Salguero. He scored twice. And it's another called strike. Edgar Barclay finding the corner on the outer half. Good pitch from number 25. Salguero, the leadoff batter, trying to get on here in the 8th. Mavericks currently down 3. It's 13-10 for the Prospects. Salguero fights one off. Fouls it off into the stands behind the first base line. Another foul ball from Salguero. This time over top of the batting cages. 2 straight foul balls from the leadoff center fielder. And Salguero's gonna be struck out, sorry. Struck out looking is David Salguero. Edgar Barclay strikes out the first batter he sees.
The shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
1 out now in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for the Mavericks as Carson Johnson steps up to the plate. The shortstop steps up to the plate. 2 for 3 on the night. Doubled and scored in the first inning, and singled and scored in the 7th. Two straight pitches off the plate from Barclay makes it a 2-0 count. Carson Johnson trying to be the first runner aboard for the Mavericks here in the 8th. Called strike at the plate. It's 2-1. Hard ground ball from Johnson towards Michael Gahan, who makes the throw at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th inning from the Mavericks. Good contact from Johnson there, just couldn't get it past the third baseman, and a good throw got him out at first. Still 12 hits on the night for the Mavericks and 10 runs. 14 for the Prospects with 13 runs coming around. Stepping up to the plate, 2 for 3 on the night. The designated hitter, Colton Wright, comes on with 2 outs and nobody on. Called strike at the plate out on the outer half. Good first pitch from Edgar Barclay. Gets him ahead. He's retired the first 2 batters he's seen here in the 8th. Regular starter who is coming in relief. And it's another called strike. This one down low in the zone. Finds the corner, and the count is 0-2. Barkley with an 0-2 count. Throws one up high. Misses the strike zone. It's 1-2. Wright doubled with an RBI in the first inning. Singled and scored in the 5th. And was hit by a pitch and scored in the 7th. He's going to chop this one down to third base line for a foul. Extends the at-bat. Still a 1-2 count. One and 2 at the plate with 2 outs. Colton Wright trying to extend the inning by getting on base for the Mavericks. Won't do so. Barkley gets the strikeout. His second of the inning. He gets Colton Wright swinging. After 5 runs in the 7th, Mavericks can't get anything going in the 8th. Going into the top of the 9th, Edmonton Prospects lead the Mavericks 13-10. 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up to the plate for the Prospects in the 9th. Anthony Casati, AJ Nitschke, and Percy Liu. Casati 1 for 2 on the day. He's walked twice with a home run. And AJ Nitschke 4 for 4. They've been hot tonight, creating a lot of offense for the Prospects.
Temple Fitness, locally owned and operated, offering private training, group classes, and 24-hour open memberships. The official training facility of the Mavericks, Temple Fitness. Make sure you head on down to Dave's Off Pub after the game to get those specials. $4.25 eyeballs, $7.95 scooter.
Connor Green comes out for the 9th inning. He pitched a perfect 8 with 2 strikeouts, not allowing any batters to get on board. Comes out in the 9th, trying to keep it only a 3-run game and give the Mavericks an opportunity in the 9th. We've seen the Mavericks do it before. Will they be able to again? Mavericks looking to extend their win streak to 14 games. They're currently on a 13-game run. Edmonton Prospects have lost 3 in a row. They're trying to snap that streak, get back in the winning column. With the Prospects win tonight, they'll improve to 13-17 on the year, and the Mavericks will drop to 23-4, currently 23-3.
Starting off for the Prospects as well tonight, the 79 hitters. Number 30, Anthony Casada.
So here's the number 7 hitter, Anthony Casada, stepping up to the plate now. He'll look for his second hit of the night as he tries to get aboard for the 5th time. He's been on base all 4 at-bats. Two called strikes from Connor Green. 0-2 count. That one just off the plate. Connor Green can't strike Anthony Casada out on 3 pitches. Count is 1-2. Here's the 4th pitch from Green. And Casada's going to hit this one pretty hard. Good contact on it, but can't keep it fair. That one foul. 1-2 is still the count.
Your kids, you got to make sure you're keeping a watch on them. Make sure they're paying attention to the game. Foul balls can leave the playing field at any time.
This one's hit hard into center field. That one's pretty deep at the wall. It's going to drop at the warning track, and Anthony Casada is on with a stand-up leadoff double. Good hit from Casada for his 2nd of the evening. Now 2 for 3 on the night. Leadoff hitter in the 9th gets aboard for the Prospects. Anthony Casada, the catcher, 2 for 3 now. And the center fielder, AJ Nitschke, steps up to the plate, 4 for 4, 3 singles on the night. 4 RBI from a 2 RBI home run as well. Nobody out, 1 on. And Nitschke lifts this one high in the center. Salguero calls for it and makes the catch. Nitschke's out for the first time this game. He's now 4 for 5.
Brings to the plate the right fielder, number 17, Percy Lou.
1 on and 1 out. With Percy Lou, the number 9 hitter, stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Anthony Casada out there on second base. (13-10) lead for the Prospects here in the top of the 9th. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch from Connor Green is a strike. That one catches the outside corner in the upper half. Connor Green finds his spot. It's a good first pitch strike. 0-1 at the plate. Percy Lou struck out once this game already. And he swings through the second Connor Green offering. He gets down 0-2 now. Connor Green already with 2 strikeouts here in 1 1/3 innings. Looking for number 3 in the second out of the 9th. Third pitch comes in, and it's off the plate. Vilches has to block it before it gets down to the backstop. Good defense from the catcher as he does so. Third pitch makes it count 1-2. Tony Olson on deck for the prospects, top of the order. Percy Lou up at the plate. And it's another pitch in the dirt from Connor Green. He evens up the count 2-2.
Say that again. Linden, first name Linden.
Count at the plate 2-2, 1 out, 1 on. Connor Green looking for the second out of the ninth. Gonna get it as Percy Lou strikes out swinging. Connor Green with his third strikeout in 1 2/3 innings pitched.
Number 33, Tony Olson.
Prospects down to her last out in the ninth to bring around the runner from second, Anthony Casati. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Tony Olson will look to bring him around. Tony Olson 1 for 4 in a day. RBI single in the 7th inning. Olson's been on base 2 times as he was hit by a pitch in the second and later scored and got that RBI single. In the 7th, one of the 2 runs that the prospects got that inning. 13-10 to score, runner in scoring position for the prospects. It's a 1-0 count at the plate. And Connor Green floats one down the middle. Not the pitch that Olson was looking for. He watches it go by. Connor Green in a 1-1 count. And it's a changeup that time from Connor Green. Good pitch to find the bottom half of the plate. Finds the strike zone again. It's 1-2. Prospects now down to their last strike to get that run around from second in. And he's going to lift this one into left. Julian Lee looks to be under it, and he is. Mavericks get that out that they need. And to go into the bottom of the ninth, down 3 runs to the prospects.
If you're not baseball savvy, turn that ball cap inside up, upside down, wear it like a rally cap, because we're going to need it here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Edgar Barclay has the task of keeping it 13-10 on the mound for the prospects. He'll face off against the 4, 5, 6 hitters from the Mavericks, Zach Gray, Nolan Radai, and Louis Canjura. Zach Gray, 2 for 3. He homered in the 5th with 2 RBIs. And singled and scored in the 7th. Nolan Radai, 1 for 4. He doubled. And Louis Canjura is 0 for 3. His last at bat was with the bases loaded, and he hit it all the way to the warning track. He was trying to get the grand slam for the Mavericks. Couldn't do so, so he's 0 for 3. Bottom of the 9th is never a bad time to get a hit.
Come on, get those lights on there, folks. Come on.
13-10 going into the bottom of the 9th. Prospects leading. Zach Gray, Radai, and Canjura all going to come up to bat against Edgar Barclay, who threw 1 inning in the 8th, giving up no hits and walked none, so no runs came around. He struck out 2 Mavericks batters.
That's why you're the greatest fans in the WNBL. Let's hear it. Starting it off for the Mavericks in the bottom of the ninth, the first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Down 3, Mavericks have got to get a rally going here in the 9th. Zach Gray watches the first one go by. It's down low, 1-0. 3 runs have to come around to score for the Mavericks to tie it up here in the bottom of the 9th. 13-10, Prospects lead. And Zach Gray watches ball 2 go by. Two-0 count to Zach Gray. And that's 3 straight pitches away from the strike zone. 3 balls, no strikes to Gray. Watches another one go by. Mavericks just looking to get on base here. Anything can happen. We've seen it before from the Mavericks this year with late comebacks. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Zach Gray. He gets on base for the 3rd time this game. Gray walked in 4 pitches, and the leadoff batter is on base.
Come on, Dawson. Jeez. You turned your shirt inside out.
Nolan Radai steps up to the plate. He doubled in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. First pitch to Radai is up high. 5 straight balls from Edgar Barclay. 1 on for the Mavericks with no outs. Good slider from Barclay there, right over top of the strike zone, down the middle. Radai watches it go by. It's 1-1. Inside pitch, and they're going to say that Radai went around on the swing. Called strike due to that, and it's 1-2. Radai couldn't check his swing in time. And he's going to strike out swinging for the 2nd straight at bat. 1 out now in the bottom of the 9th. Radai can't get on, so there's only 1 on for the Mavericks here.
For your 3rd baseman, number 4,
Canjura now batting for the Mavs. 0 for 3. He's the only batter in the lineup without a hit so far. See if we can change that here. It'd be a good time to do so. 1 on, 1 out for the Mavericks. First pitch gets behind the plate, and Zach Gray trots up to 2nd. Now in scoring position. One 0 count. Canjura at the plate. Julian Lee on deck. He's 1 for 4. He hit an RBI single his last time batting. Sal Rodriguez, number 20, actually on deck, pinch hitting for Julian Lee. Sal's a swing for the fences kind of guy, and if Louis gets on, well, the tying run will be at home plate now, won't it? Still a 1-0 count at the plate. Louis Canjura. Zach Gray on 2nd after a wild pitch. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Mavericks down 3. Two and 0. Barclay leaves one up high. Can't find a strike zone. That one was pretty close. Called ball from the ump. Here's the third pitch from Barkley. And it's outside again. 3 straight pitches off the plate. Louis laying off all of them makes it a 3-0 count. Trying to get a second runner on for the Mavericks here in the 9th. And he does so. It's a 4-pitch walk. 2 runners now on for the Mavericks. And the tying run comes up to the plate in Sal Rodriguez, pinch hitting in the 9th.
Pinch hitter.
Sal pinch hits in the 9th. He's been hot as of late. He's now hitting .301 with 22 hits, 2 home runs and 19 RBI, 18 runs to his name as well. He's been climbing that hit leaderboard the last couple of weeks. He's getting lots of RBIs as well. Chance to knock in a couple here in the bottom of the 9th. He can tie it up with 1 swing.
Hands together for number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Big roar from the crowd here at Athletic Park, a fan favorite here in Medicine Hat. Power hitting first baseman. Mavericks down 3 with 2 runners on. First pitch just gets behind the catcher. Anthony Casati recovers just in time to keep the runners on first and second. Zach Gray and Louis Canjura can't go anywhere there, but it's a 1-0 count. Barkley throws one in the dirt again. Rodriguez didn't like that one, but it's on the outside half of the plate. Good spot from Barkley as he evens up the count 1-1. And Rodriguez hits a hard ground ball past the shortstop. It's going to be a single. Rodriguez does his job and gets on base. Everybody's going to stay on. Bases are loaded now for the Mavericks. Rodriguez with a single that got past Zane Takar on shortstop. Rodriguez does his job, and Jordan Dre is now going to come in and pinch run for the pinch hitter. Number 20 gets on base. Now number 9 is out there on first. Bases loaded for the Mavericks here in the 9th. And David Vilch is at the plate. One swing at the back could win it here in the 9th. Another walk-off. Vilches hit a 3-run shot in the 7th. 3-run home run for Vilches in the 7th. He'll be looking for number 2. And this at bat, there's a good chance he will be. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. 3 runners on, and it's an 0-1 count at the plate. 1-1 now. Barkley sends one in up high. 1 ball, 1 strike at the plate. Vilches could be the hero of the night with 2 home runs in the 7th and the 9th. He just wants to bring around a couple here. Most important thing is to get on base. And he's in a 2-1 count. Third pitch from Barkley is off the plate. Gray on third. Canjura on second, and Jordan Dre on first base. Vilches at the plate is 2-1. Hard swing from Vilches there. He was trying to hit that one farther than the last. 2-2 is the count. And Vilches strikes out swinging. High fastball from Edgar Barclay. And the Mavericks are now down to their last out.
All right, fielder number 18, Jackson Hoagie.
Jackson Hoagie, the number 9 batter, steps up to the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded. He hit a clutch triple the other night, getting 3 RBI. Helping the Mavericks come back and win. 1 for 4 tonight. He hit a single in his 6th. 0-1's the count at the plate. Edgar Barclay trying to finish this one. Mavericks sure making it interesting here in the ninth. Everybody is on the edge of their seat here at Athletic Park. And Hoagie fouls this one up high into foul territory. Nick Spillman almost made the grab out by the dirt. He slid for it. Couldn't catch up with it. The ball fell, and it's strike number 2. 1-2 is the count now to Jackson Hoagie. Gets another life. Spillman almost made the play, but couldn't get up with it. Mavericks now down to a last strike on this 13-game win streak. 1-2 is the count. And Hoagie will go down swinging. That's the ball game. Mavericks with a good effort in the ninth. Almost complete the comeback. 13-10 is the win for the Edmonton Prospects. Mavericks play tomorrow here at Athletic Park against the Swift Current 57s at 2:05 p.m. local time. Prospects improved to 13-17 on the season. Mavericks dropped to 23-4. Mavericks play again tomorrow at 2:05. They'll look to start a new winning streak. Tune in tomorrow, 2:05 local time for us. Thanks for joining us tonight on Saturday, July 7th. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow for another Mavericks home live stream. 13-10 is the final score. Edmonton Prospects winning here at Athletic Park.